Hey everyone, how's it going? Hey Daniel, hey Burrito Express, how are you guys doing? How is everyone doing today? So, we are going to do some roster reviews. I may do some TW attacks if we break through some walls, which it looks like we're about to break through a few walls. I am in a different guild now, so we are able to, I'm able to live stream at least my attacks, which is nice, a good convenience. So for today, hey Darth Robre, let's get my my notepad up. Mandalorian Legion, how's it going? Punk Falcon, hey, what's up, man? How's everyone doing today? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night, wherever you are. So today I did I did hurt my neck. Really annoying. Just kind of one of those things. You ever just it was weird. I was just out getting my morning coffee and breakfast. It's kind of like, I don't know, pulled something or something. I don't know. Why am I killed the question mark? Why are you guild question mark? I don't know what you're saying, Fogley. Why did I change guilds? Is that what you're asking? Oh, your GAC week's going well? That's nice. Alright, just making some quick notes. So I have 2 premium reviews I have to start out with. And then we'll go into, if there's no more premium reviews, then I'll do maybe like 2 spins of the wheel. Hey, how's it going, Vash? Why the new guild? I wanted a change of pace. The biggest thing was just account, like my account is based on a certain philosophy, and it's not really TW based. But I was in a TW guild just because they're a great guild. I really like them. They excelled in all different types of things. But I'm in Scarberia now, and they do very well in all different types of things. They're probably like 10% less TW wins, but they actually try for higher level boxes for Naboo. They have a higher focus on PvE stuff, and their TW fighting style is a lot more relaxed, and that's what I was looking for, because essentially I felt like sometimes you just have to make a change, and I felt like I was just getting burnt out on PvP, as far as like with having to always punch up and GAC, and then being in a guild that's like very strict on how they do TW. It just wasn't making sense for me anymore, and I really do love the guild. I love Oakland Republic Raiders. Maybe someday I'll go back to it, but right now I just felt like I had to take a break from how they do business, because I wanted a more relaxed PvE experience and a more relaxed TW experience, and they, yeah, so that's just the personal decision I made. Also, I can stream my TW attacks, which is really convenient, because that's one thing I really hated, was on days like today where my streams and TW kind of like match, I wasn't able to do anything, and then there would be calls like, hey, I have to do my attacks to break through these walls, because I'm going to actively participate and do what's expected of me, but I had to like hide my screen, so I had to go like here or something. I'd be like, be right back guys, while you listen to me do my TW attacks. It just didn't make sense, so that's why. But I love Oakland Republic Raiders. We'll see in the beginning. I did ask Rock if I could stream TW, at least my attacks. He just never got back to me, so I, you know, just had to keep it moving. All right, so what am I gonna do? So I don't have much to do today as far as content-wise, other than roster reviews. Excuse me. Oh man, I got kicked. Someone did ask me. Someone asked me in one of my videos, the description said I got kicked. Most definitely did not get kicked. No one wants to kick Captain Amazing. I am kind of I don't know. I don't cause drama. I do what's expected of me. I perform well in all the events, so I don't think I would get kicked from a guild. I think in the 8 or 9 months I played with them, I missed one TB wave. So, you know, if you want to kick me because I missed one TB wave in 8 or 9 months, then, you know, that's your prerogative. The hours are a little better too, because when I wake up, because before I had to wait till like 8:30, but my reset now is at like 6:30 for me in the morning, so I can just wake up and do my dailies, which is pretty nice. I don't have to wait. Always convenient. So it's, all around, it just like works better for me. If that makes sense. It's hard. It really is hard to find a guild when you're in such an irregular time schedule, especially one that's flexible with me not being active at the first 4 hours and the last 4 hours of TW, which is arguably the most important parts of TW. So, you know. Hey Jayhawker, how's it going? Your chat wouldn't load? That sucks, man. It's going well. Just getting ready, just doing my dailies real quick, and then we're going to jump into probably my mod work, and then we'll do some roster reviews. Listen to me breathe while I hid my screen was top tier content. It really was. It was. Sometimes I try to revolutionize the content creation arena. So I don't know if you guys know this, that I try to create content that is unique to only me, and then try to be original in what I do, and hiding my screen while I breathe into it and you can only hear the signs or the sounds of TW is peak unique content. It's peak. It's like as unique as it gets. I am an innovator and a trendsetter. Nice. What are you having for dinner, Jayhawker? I just had a hamburger for breakfast. A Japanese hamburger. It's actually super delicious. Yeah. You want me to make some ASMR? I forgot what they do for ASMR. What are some ASMR sounds that they do? Pasta. I don't know what they do. They're like, I don't know. What silly things do? I don't know. I don't really listen to that stuff, but I don't know what ASMR. I don't know what weird dudes are into nowadays, other than like the feet pics. You know what I mean? So I'll say this. For the first time, this was the first time I was able to do Duel of the Fates, and that assault battle is insane. I'm so happy with what I was able to do credit wise, like how many of my characters I was able to take to 85 that I've been trying to do for a while. So I think in the next coming months, I'm going to be able to 85 all my characters. And then I'm going to be able to start finally buying mods with normal credits as well as fleet credits. So I'm really happy with Duel of the Fates and what it's doing for me. Your last GAC opponent. So I do have a question for you guys, because my GAC streams never, well, not my streams, but if I ever publish a video and it's Grand Arena, it does not do as well as any of my other videos. So the way it usually goes is like my guides are always like, my highest videos are always guides. And then after that, it's roster reviews. And then after that is kind of like probably between 2 reviews. And then after that is like at the very bottom is my Grand Arenas. Like my Grand Arenas are not very much watched. Gear still requires credits. Yeah, gear requires credits, but it's pretty negligible compared to like the 6 million live GAC. I thought that too, but even my live GAC is still not super great because of the time zone I do. But there is, I thought that too, but there's people like Ginger Jesus people watch his GACs and he gets like thousands of, or like about 1,000 views for his stuff, but his account is much bigger than me and he built his channel around that. So I wasn't expecting that level of watching, but I'm just curious in your guys' opinion. Like if you guys see my GAC videos, is there anything I could change that would make you be like, yeah, I would want to watch that? Yeah, so I don't know. Well, because it's not, people don't search. Like, because when you go on YouTube, you guys don't search for content unless it's a guide. Less bald? You want me to grow my hair out? You don't really watch GAC in general? I think my viewership just doesn't. So for one, I understand where I am in GAC. It's a completely different type of Grand Arena. So right now I'm in Kyber 3 because I keep getting pushed down out of Kyber 2 because I have winning seasons, and then it keeps like pushing me down because of the squish. But either way, so I understand that the guys I'm fighting are like, they're not the top tier, and my account isn't top tier either because I'm close to 10 million GP now, I guess, but I'm missing a lot of the stuff, and I can't do the same things that like Arnold can do or Zareth. So I understand, even Ginger Jesus, like his account is endgame. So I understand that that's a like a niche thing, you know. But I was just curious. But I think it's realistic that I would say for Grand Arena, there's nothing special for my account. It really isn't. If anything, I have been told that I'm like too efficient because I don't drop battles very often. If you look at my Grand Arenas, I think even these last 2 rounds, I didn't drop a single battle. So yeah, 2068, 2065. Yeah, so I don't drop battles either, so I don't throw any rages, you know, because I don't drop any battles. So I get that it's just not, and it's not interesting to watch me just come here, full clear my opponent cleanly, and then call it a day. So I get it. Yeah, well, I will say that I do have my free-to-play account, and as soon as that starts, I'm gonna start, because my free-to-play still isn't level 85 yet, because it's only been like 2 weeks that I've been playing it. It's level 70, even though I've only been playing 2 weeks. So I'm not going super sweaty with it either, but we'll see. Maybe when I can start doing some more like early game content for players of like climbing through Grand Arena with my free to play as well. Maybe that'll help, but I was just curious. I understand that where I'm at with Grand Arena is not very interesting. I wish I could make it more interesting. I don't know, but it kind of is what it is. So that honestly, because I'll say this. Hey, look, an Omicron. So I did not stream Grand Arena. I think I streamed once this last month, and not a single person asked me about it. So I do want to say that my Grand Arena streams, not that popular. Like, I thought usually people would be like, hey, are you going to stream Grand Arena? Or hey, you didn't stream Grand Arena, what's up? I didn't stream all month, and then not a single person asked me about my Grand Arenas. So I could kind of, I could read the writing on the wall that my Grand Arenas not too popular. Yeah. But not a big deal. It really doesn't bother me. It's because, believe it or not, like, I know people like to say that I'm like decent at Grand Arena, especially for being able to punch up and playing against accounts that are really good compared to, or I'm able to beat accounts that have pretty much everything except like the newest stuff with an account that doesn't have very much. So I know people say that about my ability or whatever, but I don't know. I think the way I play is very good for a late game player, like, and showing, and there's a lot of late game players like me where they're trying to hang in Kyber. So I don't know. But it's not the biggest deal for me, and honestly it's kind of like a huge time sink to play or to have to stream like 3 times a week for something like that. So I'm not like too upset about it, to be completely honest. I like the flexibility of being able to not stream Grand Arena and no one caring about it. So if I stream and you guys show up, then great, and if I don't and no one cares, then also great. But my focus right now is, and has usually been, making guides. Yeah, like I like making guides. I like building accounts. I like reviewing accounts. I like helping players make their account as efficient as possible, and that's kind of the content I like to do. And so that's why I'm not like too upset about my Grand Arena streams being, you know, not that popular, because that wasn't really my intent. It's just Grand Arena is just like, honestly, it's just very easy content to make. I just sit here and play my Grand Arena and then like talk to you guys about it. Yeah, they are a little longer. That's true. Maybe I would, because before I did summarize them a bit and I was like, hey, here's what I did, but I don't know. Well, we'll see. The second week I recorded all my Grand Arenas. Like I recorded all 3 of them. I did not even make a video out of it, to be completely honest. I just didn't do it. So I still have the stuff on my phone. So I don't know. We'll see. Oh man. So that's my dailies. Let's start doing my mod work and then we'll go into reviews from there. But we'll see. I have like as I go through and kind of like find my niche in content creation. So I will say my weekly mod work is going to be a lot less than what is normal because of the additive drops. Hey, Dakota Honecker, how's it going, dude? Hey, Sleady, So there's two ways you can get a roster review. So if you come here to my roster reviews, so you can add in here in my Discord, there's captain's roster reviews. You add in your information right here in number 2, or if you donate any more than $5, then you're welcome to do that. And then if you donate more than $5, then you'll get your review today. If you put in for a free one, then you go on the wheel, and then you go on with all these other people, and then we'll see how you do from there. As far as it's just up to the wheel on your luck. Seeing if this Nick guy submitted before. I've had some people try to submit, or they don't know, I think usually, and then they submit for multiple reviews. But yeah, that's the two ways. I will say that I have been liking the weekly mod workshop. So I think the weekly mod workshop has been really fun. I don't know how you guys have been liking it. I would like to fix the sound so that I could have music on it too, but I have been doing it live. I do like the live function of it a little more than pre-recorded, because at least that way I can engage with players. So it's a PayPal link. I think it's through one of the streaming company owned, but it's a yeah, but it is like the back end of it is PayPal. But yeah, but it's in the description. Sleady, yo. But I've been liking the mod workshop. It does take a long time, because I did a 13 million account yesterday, and it took me like 3.5 hours. And I if it was just me doing it on my own, I think I could have done it faster, but and a little more thorough. But I do like doing it on stream, I think, as content. I don't know if you guys like it. I haven't had, as far as the people who have received it, I've heard nothing but really positive stuff. I don't know and then I've heard really positive things from people who want to get their mods reworked from me. But as far as like normal viewers, what do you guys think about the mod workshop? Because I do like to talk to you guys about my series, just to get a judge of like how they are, how I can improve on them. And I think the mod workshop is fun. You think it's great? Yeah. But I'm just curious to see. Yeah, and I wish I could do it just 100% for free, but I think just how long it takes for me to knock out that mod workshop, because generally with how long they take, the expectation is like there's a donation at the end because of the time I put into it and everything. So I would love to make them 100% free, but just the amount of people that would sign up for a free, completely rework your mods is just untenable for how long it takes me to do it. It's insane. It's absolutely insane for the time. But I think because I watch my content too. Man, these are all pretty crap. So I watch my content too, just to make sure that it's good. But hey, thanks for the donation, Sleady. I'll get you today. All right, Jay Hawker. I'll see you next time. Explain what kind of stats I'm looking for. All right, thanks, Jay Hawker. Yeah, so all right, what am I doing here? Man, my neck. But it's I enjoy it overall. I really do. And I enjoy it because mainly like the main reason I enjoy doing the mod workshop is I feel like it's making a very impactful, like it's very impactful on the individual. And that's what I really do love doing, is I like having impacts on your accounts, because content creation in itself is fun. But when I get the feedback that you guys have had, like like I helped you get an event, or I helped you win a GAC, or I helped you find a farming pathway or something, I think that's the greatest part of content creation, is like helping you guys do the things that you want to do in this game. And I think my mod workshop allows me to at least go one-on-one with someone and make a huge impact on their account moving forward. And that's what I love about it, is that I legitimately get to go in and then just kind of refresh someone's entire account so that it's as effective as possible. Because I have used other people's accounts and it just doesn't perform the way that I need it to for whatever I'm trying to do. And a lot of the times it's because of their mods, and I just don't have the time back then to like go through and be like, hey, let's work all your mods. So I think that's the greatest thing I love about that series, is just having a huge impact on people's accounts. And then I also think it's nice to be able to watch people grow and everything. Hey, this is a good mod. Health with offense, with flat offense, crit chance. Man, this is a banger mod. I hope it hits speed. Look at that. Offense %, offense, and crit chance with a health %. I could put that on like R2D2, maybe Ray, you know. It's good. It's good. It's good. Protection, I need some more protection. Primaries, crit damage, I need that. Crit avoidance, not really. These are decent substats. Potency, do I need a potency? Why not? All flat stats. So what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to find, this is a good one too. I'm trying to find mods that have, let's sort by speed. Flip it. So I'm trying to find stats that are, or I'm trying to find the mods that have decent potential, or what I'm looking for, and I'm going to level them to level 12. And it's not that big of a deal, but what it does is it gives these mods a chance of pretty much like having one extra shot of hitting speed, and then that'll give me more mods. And this is how I chase mods in a way, because I need some certain primaries and sets, and this is a good way to make that happen. Like something like this, like potency on speed is perfectly fine, but it has all flat stats. I'm not going to want that in my account. But as I'm clicking through, like potency, protection, offense %, that's good. Same thing, protection, defense on this, like that's a good mod. Crit damage triangles, always need more. I need more protection primaries with speed sets. So in this one, health with offense %, offense, crit chance, and that gives me one more chance of these 20. Maybe like 1 or 2 can hit like 4 or 5 speed, but that's enough. And it usually costs me like 100k, 200k, 300k. But if I do this, it's a difference of millions of credits every week. So that's why I do it. I never really looked through, but out of those, yeah, a lot of them didn't work out, which is fine. But if you do it every week, it saves you credits, and then it allows you to work your mods efficiently. All right, let's sell all with no speed. I do take a cursory look at these, especially these tenacity ones. For the most part, my Marin is, and before I was mostly doing it for Marin, but I already built all my Marin mods. But I still think that tenacity mods are good, and that you want to work those and make sure that you have enough in your account, because like Gar Saxon, Imperial Super Commando, so there's a lot of characters out there that want tenacity mods. How's my new guild like? Very they're relaxed, they're good. I like them. The time zones are a little weird because they're a Canadian guild, so other than that, like perfectly fine. I think they're a good guild. Very I think the leadership it's mostly one dude, I think. And I'm a little concerned about that because that's a lot of work for one guy. And that's pretty much it. Offense, I'll sell that. I don't need that. Protection primary, I don't need the speed. Don't really need that. I'm trying to be a little more selective because I didn't farm a lot of stuff just because of the additive drops. I did already make my, I did use most of my, what do you call it? I used most of my slicing to 6 dot materials. I used it all. And I'll show you what I used it all at the end here. But I was building a character. Let's just get through these as quick as I can. Not a big deal. Some hit, some don't. It's the way of life. So 8, it's still kind of crappy. I'll slice it one more time. Nope, that's dead to me. So. But I was not expecting anything out of my mods this week. So it was kind of like an off mod week for me. Just because whenever I do additive drops, I don't know if you feel the same way. I did not get a lot of mods this week. I just did not. So if you don't get new mods into your account, you're not going to have the mods to work really. So. Alright, so this is good. An 11. It's good enough to break my heart. Don't go breaking my heart. That's not bad. It has potential to be worked later. I don't know if I do need more health primaries. So my achy breaky heart. No, it was a different song. Don't go breaking my heart. It's not my achy breaky heart. I forgot the name of it. It's like an older song. It's like a classic. I don't know. 3 with 12. I don't know if I care to work this. I'll slice it once and I'll see how it goes. Nope. It'll just stay a 12 mod forever. Oops. So I didn't do anything with these. Hold on. Sort by speed. Gotta sell off the junk. Did I sell off the junk for the greens? I think I did. Yeah, I did. Let's go to my purples. My purples. Let's go sort this by speed. Oh, hey, look at this. Lucky me, 3 with 16. That's good. Very, very good. Very nice. And it's health, a health with health on a circle. I need more health with health with offense percent too. It's very good. Some potency. This could be like a sleeper R2 mod. Pretty happy with that one. Let's slice it. Potency, yeah, whatever. I like that. So I don't have enough slicing material to really slice all this stuff, but as far as my 6 dots. Alright, so let's see what I have. These two are new, this health and health one. These are old. These are old. This tenacity one, I should probably lock it. It still has potential. Alright. So I do have a ton of mods I still need to work. Look at this. Potency and tenacity with a bunch of protection. Let's look at my... And this is what I was working on actually before, but let's look at it. Yeah, it is very nice. Let's see, Night Sisters. So this is what I worked on this week because I got Marin up and running. So this one technically is better. Let's go. Sort by potency. So this one is... Oh, not that one. So this one is better because it has 4 hits on tenacity and 1 on potency. A little bit of offense is fine. The problem is I would need to replace this one with a tenacity mod. And I don't know if I have a good tenacity mod that can replace it. That would overall be like better stats, if that makes sense. Because I need tenacity and potency there. I don't really care about the other stats. I just need tenacity and potency. This is a crap mod. Tenacity, protection. Let's go take off the potency. Just do this. And it needs to be a protection primary. So I don't see anything here that overall would be a better fit for Marin. No. So I'll still save it just in case, because I haven't 6-dot it, and I'm not going to 6-dot these two until I find the right one. So if I find a good triangle, and this one is good, potency and tenacity, because it has a lot of potency, a decent hits on tenacity, so it's going to be hard to replace that one. It does have some speed, which makes it not the best for what I was looking for, but I'll lock it. Yeah, but let's look at my Marin real quick. So I did get her stats to be 161% potency and 214% tenacity, which is pretty good. And these 4 mods is what I ended up making for her. So I did go with a crit avoidance arrow with some decent potency and tenacity. So 8.28% potency and 4.5% tenacity. I don't want to fully invest in these even more, because I could juice up these stats and make them like 6A and just hit like 5 or more tenacity on them, because a lot of these are really good, like protection, tenacity, potency. But I'm pretty happy with her stats overall, even without 6-dotting these, because her potency and tenacity is very high. So I don't feel like I need to. I don't feel like I need to get them up anymore. And she's still lower relic. She's only relic 1. So I still have to relic her up, but I don't know where I'll leave her for now. I'm thinking maybe relic 5 minimum, but I'm thinking up to like relic 7, to be completely honest. But that's what I did as far as my mod work. And why I don't have that much 6-dot slicing material is because I finished her set. So the good news is I can now do my Night Sisters, my CT3 for Night Sisters. So I'm going to try it at Relic 1 and see how it goes. So the next time we have that Night Sister assault battle, hopefully, and that's the last assault battle I need for Challenge Tier 3. Hopefully with this Marin, I'm going to be able to get that done. So I'm looking forward to it. I really am. Hopefully this week, or whenever it comes out, this month, I guess. Next month, October. So we'll see how it goes. What was I doing? Working A's. All right. Sort by speed. Manage it. Flip it and reverse it. Sell this. I don't need it. All right. So let's look at my... I could use both of these for... Yeah, I can use both of these for Leia as long as they turn out well. So I'll probably work this one and see how it goes from there. Because it has high potential, has offense, flat offense, potency. So I could even take this one up to like 6A, 20. Yeah, that's fine. And that's all I can do. Yeah. I'm out. I'm out. That's all I got. So yeah, I'll lock it. But I'll probably save this for this one and that triangle, because I need to start working Leia's mods, and I'll GL Leia, so I'll probably put something like this and that one I just sliced for that. But that's pretty much what I got. I don't have anything else. I think even calibration materials. Oh, I have 97 calibration materials. A little shocking. I'll save those for next time when I have more mods to work, but overall, not bad. As far as a week, I made 5 6-dot mods. 5 6-dot mods this week. Caught up a little on my 5-dot slicing materials, so I do have a ton more credits to work on now. So I do want to take some of these characters to 85. I just don't know which ones. Maybe DTMG and Maul? Yeah, because I did all the Night Sisters, I'm pretty sure. I didn't do... Hey, Crinkerson, how's it going? I didn't do Shin Hati. Maybe I should do her for Balin Skull. Let's do that. Let's do Maul. And I'll keep some credits in the bank. So I'm hoping soon I'll be able to take all these to 85, which I don't have that many left. Captain Enoch will probably be my next one, maybe, in DTMG. Yeah, just knocking out all these new characters. And then maybe the Alpha Farm or maybe even Trench. I think Trench is worth getting up and running. Hondo. Afra Hondo maybe? I don't know. So, yep. So a decent week to... hey Blackhammer, not really. So because of the additive drops, I didn't really make a lot of mods. Here, let's go unassign mods, speed, filter out, triangles. I have more triangles, but so I made these two, and I'm thinking about getting them for Leia. So I ran out of slicing material, so I still need to work this to try to make it a plus 25. And then this one has potential, but I'm looking at doing Leia mods here. So I'm pretty happy with these overall. Not bad for a week 2. And then this week, what I was just telling them was I did all my Marin slicing, and that's why I did not have very much. So off stream this week, I got my Marin up and running, and I made these mods for her. So I got her up to like 161% potency and 214% tenacity. So I'm pretty happy with my mod work for the week. So Marin's was a work of kind of like months. I've been kind of, maybe weeks, I've been cherry picking mods to find exactly what I need for her and get her up and running. So, hey Crinkerson, the best tunes for Rogue One. So I use, because there's like technically the best, and then there's convenience. So for convenience, I just got K2SO up and running. I really like K2SO because he keeps getting his taunt back. So people attack him, he loses his taunt, and then he counterattacks and he gets his taunt back. Where Baze is a pre-taunt, but he doesn't get his taunt as easy as K2SO just like keeps regenerating it. And a lot of times when people hit him, they'll get an expose, and then he'll hit him and he'll pop that expose. So I really do like K2SO. Biston here is just kind of like a placeholder because he comes with the team. So if I had to say like the best, I probably would put like Baze and K2 with these three, and that's technically probably the best in my opinion. Maybe Scarif, Rebel Pathfinder, and Baze, but I like 2 tanks with Radis, Cassie, and Jin. But the most budget way to do it is probably just get K2SO. And Relic 3 is fine. No Zeta is okay. Like, he has like absolute crap mods too. So if you see, he has like 43 speed. I think he has like all protection primaries. Yeah, it doesn't even have speed on this one. So not the biggest of deals. He doesn't have to be fast. He doesn't have to take turns. He just gets taunt and keeps on taunting. So that's what I think. Like, K2SO budget is really good. So I'm gonna run her with 4 speed, 2 health. She has really good speed, so I would like to get her decently fast. I'm probably gonna do a speed arrow too. I'm not gonna go full health, like health primary arrow. I'm gonna go speed and health on her with a speed arrow. As much health hits as I can. Chirrut? No. So Chirrut goes, if you're gonna do Chirrut, and you just have to look at like all the different teams where you are in the game, but Chirrut would fall under more of a Saw Gerrera team. Like right now, Saw Gerrera in 5s probably isn't the best. In 3s, he's good, but in 3s, you'd probably want like Luthen, Saw, maybe Kyle. And then in 5s, you would want Luthen with Mon Mothma. So that puts Saw in a weird place. So if you wanted a usable Saw, you could still go like Saw, Baze, Chirrut, and whatever else. 2 other Rebel fighters. Maybe Kara or something, I don't know. But that's kind of like the problem is with Luthen. Like, because Chirrut was really good when we had Chirrut Kron, but Chirrut right now kind of goes with Saw and probably Baze, but the team kind of like falls down because in 5s Mon Mothma is probably the superior team. So yeah, that's what I would say. But yeah, you as far as like the Radis team, no. The big thing for Radis is you're going to be targeting. You don't have to do Baze, because I'm like if you want just a fast budget team, they do everything I need them to do pretty much. With taking out DTMGs is their main job. But the big thing here is Radis, you're just trying to get to ult. So you're trying to get to ult while you have Spark of Rebellion, and then you just kill DTMG. So you don't need a double tank to do that. It's in defense, it makes them better if you're going to throw them on defense. But essentially the AI keeps targeting Jhin because she's probably going to be the weakest, and then they just keep going on Jhin. But this team is just like a 3 Zeta, 1 Omicron team. So I think budget, it's a great team. I use it on offense. Some people like it on defense. They have a really good Datacron right now if you can get the good level 6. I have not been able to get the good level 6, so I just have reduced damage, which is okay. It's still fine, but I would like to get the good level 6 on them. All right, so let's start doing roster reviews. I got like 3 roster reviews to do. All right, so this dude posted in the wrong area. I'm just gonna DM him. 1 second. All right, let's go to so I have 2 people I need to review. Go to my, or 3. 1 second. So the first one's going to be Luck Asan. So I am going to timestamp these. Yeah, so you have to post your Alec or Sleady. No, for you Sleady, you can post it in chat. So I have you as a premium one. So if you want to post it in chat, you don't have to post it in Discord. So go ahead and post your ally code in chat, and then I'll get you. Am I spinning the wheel today? Hopefully. It depends on how long it takes me to do these premium ones and how much time I have. Because I have 3 premium reviews to get to, and then we'll see how it goes as far as the... Alright, I got you, Sleady. Alright. Senor Luck Asan. Let's go 54. With the BRG Scoundrels. So they are in Chromium. They have SLKR. They have an Executor. 6.5 million GP. 3.7 in characters. 2.7 in ships. A year and some change. Year and a half-ish played. They have SLKR and Ray. I do see that they have the Quadme Padawan Obi-Wan Master Qui-Gon team up and running, which is fantastic. I'm glad they're taking it to R9. I do say that R9 for the Padme and Master Qui-Gon forms is up to you. R7 minimum, R9 is because it's so expensive. It's a personal call. Unless you're really established, then I would say 100% you need to R9 them. But if you don't have all the R9 requirements, then it's a judgment call. I will say that these R9s will make your R9ing in the future easier. So I do recommend it, but I won't tell someone to do it just because it takes a long time and it's really kind of prohibitive towards what you're trying to do, because it takes a long time to get those R9 materials, especially if you have to spend like crystals to get the R9 materials. But if you do it, then you're going to be getting R9 material for free pretty much for forever, as long as this game is still going. Let's look at their raid participation. So they're not huge in GP, but this was a smart way for them to do raids. So they bought the bundles, the Lightspeed bundles. They put a Zeta on Luminara. So this is going to be 1.2 million raid participation. You can probably get about like 600k with what they have here. So that's like 1.8 and then another 1.2 over here. So that's probably like 3 million-ish participation in the raid. That's really good, considering most like mid-game, late-game guilds are aiming for like the 130 box. So getting 2.6 million and using the Quadme team to get it not only gives them long-term lasting assault battle income, but it gets them their raid participation in a very non-prohibitive manner. So I think this is a really smart way to do it. A lot of people, if they have all the GLs and GL ships, then they could have used like the Darth Sidious, Darth Maul, Nuke Gunray, and then another team here, and then they would, you know, there's a lot of different ways to slice this. But for a lot of players that would have chosen like the Gungans and they went all in on the Gungans, then once this raid is done, like the Gungans aren't as good as a defensive or offensive team as the Quadme team and GAC. They don't have an assault battle. So the Gungans also require 5 characters to get up and running to get good raid participation compared to where this is only 3. So overall, I would say Very smart on this player. If they do for some reason need more raid participation, they can get their quad may up and running, but R5 is fine. I would say that R7 is also good if they wanted to, but not necessary whatsoever. So I'm very happy that with this team right here. So they do have Wampa, Savage, Imperial Troopers. Yeah, Imperial Troopers. So they have a Relic Snow Trooper. I don't know why they have a Relic Snow Trooper, but Range Trooper should be the 5th. So even though you have a Relic Snow Trooper, once you get Iden up and running, you can just like shove Snow Trooper with Iden. But if you're doing anything with the Imperial Troopers, Range Trooper should be your 5th. Oh, is that you, Lucas? Did you want to get in Discord? If you are here live for your roster review, you're more than welcome to join me on Discord in a Discord call, so that we can talk about your roster if you want to. You don't have to. I can just continue doing your roster review, but you're more than welcome to jump on Discord with me. So I do see that you are missing 2 Zetas on Rey, but I see that you're also missing Zetas on Starkiller. So I would give Rey her basic, and then I would give Starkiller his Zetas, and then I would loop back on Rey. So 1 Rey's basic, 2 on Starkiller, and then back on Rey is what I would do for these Zetas. Yeah, no worries. So I would get those Zetas up and running on those characters. So let's look at your Seppies. Okay, so you did not get the Geonosians, but you farmed up Spy, which is fine. You're pretty close on Watt, which is good. That opens up JMK for you in the future. So I think you mentioned something in your thing about saying you're going for Jabba. So once you finish your Quadme team, I think Jabba would be an excellent farm for you, because you're in a pretty good place to farm Jabba. Yeah. So definitely Jabba. I would say you don't even have to get Embo up and running if you don't want to. You can still use him in TW with like Boba Fett. Even in Grand Arena, I think Boba Fett is superior compared to Embo in Grand Arena. So I think it's not a huge rush. Later on, you would want Embo for his TW Omicron, but it's not something you have to rush right away. So you do have Marin, and that gives you opportunities for Night Sisters. Like, Night Sisters are pretty good. You don't have to relic the whole team to get the efficiency of this, but I would, if you can, put the Zeta on Shadow Strife. Really good. And then you do want to get your mods up and running on her. So, hey Army, there's 2 different ways that you can do it. You can submit in Discord for free, or you can donate more than $5 in my Discord link. But if you, in the description of the video, there's here, and then you put in your request here for a free roster review. And then when I spin the wheel, then you'll have a chance of getting on. All right, so this team could be substantially better. Even if you get them to like gear 12, Mother Talzin, that's an easy thing to do. And then getting the Zeta for Shadow Strife, even at gear 12, you can get this team to like beat Jabba's on Marin if you had her Omicron and her Shadow Strife. So you do want to get her up and running. Her mods are very unique. You don't want health. If you look on there, you want pretty much tenacity, like as much tenacity as you can get and as much potency as you can get, while trying to aim for like protection primaries where you can, tenacity protection there, and protection here. You can do it for CT1. With this, you could even do it CT1 with what you have without Marin, but you can do CT3 with Marin. So if you get her Zeta and you get her up and running, you can do CT3 with this team. So I've seen it done with less, believe it or not, I've seen it done with less gear. So you have the chance of doing challenge tier 3 with that team. I'll be making a guide on it shortly, but I would say you should get that up and running. Same thing as your Captain Rex. I would get this Omicron here, and I would probably get him better mods. So I like a faster Rex personally. Like mine's like 340. You don't have to be that fast, but try to aim as close to 300 as you can. I personally like Rex to go first and then Sabine. Some people like Sabine to go first. I'm not a big fan. I don't know what happened to Sabine's mod here, but with Sabine, like she puts a bunch of staggers out, but I like Captain Rex to go first so that I can do suppressing fire, put tenacity down on everyone, then I can go to Sabine, put all those staggers out there, then I can pop the staggers. So that's what I like personally. You don't have to do it that way, but I would get your Rex faster and an Omicron as soon as you can. It's a really good Omicron, and even in 3s you can go with Rex 5. So you just need to get Rex to like gear 12, give him his omegas, give him a little better mods, and then you put a Zeta on 5s for his sacrifice. Your mods are really atrocious, but you give him a like actual mods, and then you give him his omegas and the Zeta for the sacrifice, and this Rex 5's super strong team. You obviously use like this Rex as the lead in 3s, like really strong team in 3s, and then for 5s he goes back with Phoenix. All right, let's look at your Jedi. So after you finish, because you have Jedi Knight Luke, your Jabba farm is going to be really quick. So you go for Jedi Knight Luke. And it's fine if these are like absolute crap mods for right now. Once you get JML, you will want to get him a little speed. So I go around like, I would say like 220 to 240 speed is a good place to park him once you have JML. But right now, like no speed is fine. Yeah, so I would do that and get him up and running. Get him to R7 after you're done with these guys. Start working towards Jabba. Once you finish Jabba, you're going to go Jabba, JML into Profundity. So once you go Jabba, JML into Profundity, that's going to be a really strong farming pathway for you. It's going to give you 2 GL ships. So you need to start working on your ships too, your pilotless ships. So you're missing Hyena Bomber, you're missing Vulture Droid. Get these stars up. You have a Malevolence. Spend all your spend all your get to currency on the Malevolence until you unlock him, and then finish all your pilotless ships, every single one. It needs to be built up. They're all important to the fleets that they belong to. You don't have this one at all, so you need to start farming this one. I would say you need to, at all the pilotless ships, make sure every day you're farming them. So you have the Rebel one, finish this to 7 stars, but finish all these ships, all these pilotless ships. Every single one needs to become 7 stars as soon as you can. You don't have to double farm them, but single farm every single one. And then finish your Outrider, because you're going to go Jabba, JML into the Profundity is going to be your main farm. Once you finish Profundity, you can go into whatever you want. Essentially, you can go into JMK, you can go into Leia. It's up to you. If you have the stars, you can, or if you have the shards, then you can go into even GL Ahsoka by that point, or you can go into Balin Skull. You can go into, I think a good farming pathway at that point would be Jedi Knight Cal Kestis Inquisitors. And then once you have Inquisitors, you can go knock out another GL, or you can go into Bo-Katan Mandalore, and that would be a really good farming pathway. But at that point, you have 4 GLs, 2 GL ships. You're ready for Inquisitors, so that you can start knocking out that last assault battle, and then they have 2 amazing ships, and then you'll start earning Reva shards. But you could also go for Jedi Knight Cal Kestis and start working towards Zepho and then into Mandalore, or Zepho Zepho with Jedi Knight Cal Kestis, Inquisitors into Mandalore, or whatever you want, or do like a big farm like Jedi Knight Cal Kestis into JMK, into Inquisitors, into Leia. You can like mix a big farm with a GL so that you keep getting more GLs, but at that point it's kind of the farming pathway is open to whatever you want to do. Just make sure that whatever you choose to do, you start farming your shards in a smart manner so that when it's your main farm, you'll be ready for it like completely, and you can just like go straight for that, is what I would say. And then you're missing some good Omicrons, so I would say be selective in them. Like I am Queen Amidala, really good. Zori Blisses is really good. And Rex's is really good. So I would get those, same as Force Repulse. So the only thing you can do is try to do your best in the galactic challenges so that you can start earning Omicrons, as like try to aim for 2 Omicrons every single one over time, and then you'll get them. But just be more selective in what you're gonna do. Hey Dank, how's it going, dude? I got you, Mr. DankIdeals. How are you doing today? Sorry we couldn't knock out our stuff. I had a lot of stuff to do in the morning, and I couldn't knock out the between 2 reviews. But we'll get together again. I just couldn't do it this morning. Yeah, so let's look at your mods real quick. I don't like this. So you should have a speed set on SOKR, and then you need a crit damage triangle. So you need to change these mods out. Put a crit damage triangle, get a speed set. You can go with health, or you can go with a defense set. Either or is fine, but you need a speed set. You need a crit damage triangle for SOKR. What I try to aim for is like over 10k damage and a crit damage triangle as close to 580 speed as you can get, and then whatever health you can squeeze on there. This is not very good as well. So you hit the health thresholds, but as you can see here, you have 1 complete set here because you have 3 speed, 2 health, and a crit damage. So this is very, very bad. So what you need to do is you need to change these health ones, or these speed mods in this crit damage one. They need to become an offense set. So she wants an offense set with a health offset, and that'll get your damage. You need to aim for at least 10k damage, 200k health, and any speed over 500 is fine. But you need to completely revamp this set as well. Yeah, so that's what you need to do for your stuff. Your fastest non-GL is 318. If you have the Executor, Piet should have all 6 dot mods. I don't know if you've watched my mod 277. So your mods for a year and a half need a lot of work. So I would say watch my mod guides, start working on your mods, work high potential mods. Make sure you're using swgoh.gg on working your mods is what I would say for your mods. So just get that up and running as best as you can. It seems like you're just missing mods for some characters, and a lot of characters you don't have like fully fleshed out mods. And I understand it's hard, but you got to do it. And then you keep doing these like mismatched sets. Like give your characters matching mods. Just because they're good mods doesn't mean you can just like place whatever mods you want. Build good mods, find homes for those mods, but keep the right sets on the right characters as best as you can with the right primaries, because you're losing out on a lot of potential with these mods if you don't even have like a 4-set bonus or the 2-set bonus. So I would say watch my mod guides and then kind of like fix your mods as best you can. Yeah. So that's what I got for your account. And then just keep doing what you're doing as far as like getting as high as fleet placement as you can. That's really good. That's going to help snowball your account, all those crystals that you're getting from fleet. So good job with that. All right. So next person for my La Premium reviews is going to be, where are you at? Is Omega. Omega submitted yesterday. If you have any questions, let me know, Luck, before I start moving on to my next one. All right, so Omega wrote like a novel here. It's like all right. Hey Wolf, how are you doing? How are you doing today? What are you up to? 2, 3, 4, 5? Oh, is it storming where you are too? I know there was like a huge storm that came up. Are you getting like, is it like stormy and cloudy over there, or did it not hit you guys at all? Hey Wolf, how's it going? Shout out to you, dude. Hope you're doing well. All right. So we have Omega here with roasting the Gamorrean Guard. Yeah. A Renaissance Fair, did you get any good stuff? What swag did you get from the Renaissance Fair? Did you get any you get any new things? Hey, Huge Jukes. So the way you get a roster review is you submit here. So in number 2, you can submit for a free roster review, and then you'll go on the wheel. Or if you donate more than $5 in the donation link, you'll get on a premium review, which will get your review today. All right, so for Omega, man, I'm gonna try to read this as much as I can. All right, so trying to fill some holes for roster here. Let's adjust my time slots for him. 1, 16, 10. All right, so for Omega, interested to know whether they missed anything in this off period between major farms that are crucial for ROI before starting on Jabba, before Poncho Bros into Jabba. Tips on going for Jabba. Whether to invest heavily in the punishing one. Next fleet to boost. And ideal relic teams. Okay. A bone gauntlet. Some infused olive oils. Nice. What do you do with the infused olive oils? Like it just... Because won't it, like, if you cook with it, doesn't it like burn out the stuff with it? Or does it still retain some of the like infusion CBD or THC or whatever it has if you cook with it? Yeah. All right, so Omega's at 3.3 million GP, 1.9 in characters, 1.3 in ships. They've been playing... Oh, not that kind of infused. What's infused in it? The natural herbs and spices. So like just an herbs, some like good herbs in there. So I do love my herbs and spices. It's hard to get them fresh. All right, so let's see in this account what they have. So they have Executor. Their ships look fine. Oh, that spicy smoked pepper sounds really good. I really do love a little bit of spice in my life. All right, so 181, 180. All right, so your executor pilots are well built. Yep. At least for starting. Let's look at your ships real quick. So you have executor, negotiator. So obviously the next thing that this player needs to do is finish out their negotiator. So because that's the next best fleet that they have. All you really have to do is get your BTLB Y-Wing up and running. Once you start going into Kyber, you may want to start increasing the relics on your Anakin. You don't really have to do much other than what you have here for a very long time. So this will suffice until you start working on like Marauder. Then you're going to want to get your Plo Koon up. You'll get your snips up naturally when you start working on like GL Ahsoka and stuff. So not a mandatory thing to do right now. I would start working on buying the Malevolence with your Mark II. Get to. I always get those mixed up lately. But start using the Get To get your Separatist up and running. So that should be working at the same time. And then you're going to want to farm the Vulture Droid Hyena Bomber. So once you have a 5-star Malevolence, you have the Vulture Droid Hyena Bomber up and running as fast as you can. Like that Hyena Bomber especially is very, very important for the fleet. It is the foundation. Once that goes, the fleet kind of like falls apart. So you're going to want that as soon as you can. If you get it, you can do the 3 Geos starting, but it's really lackluster compared, especially with just Relic 3, compared to having the Hyena Bomber Vulture Droid and then probably Sunfac. If you're using it to counter the Profundity, you want Spy starting. But I would do that. After you have Executor, Negotiator, Malevolence up and running, you can start working on your Rebels or start working on your Empire. At any point, you can start working on a GL fleet and get that up and running if you want to. That's always a good idea. So I usually say Executor, the Negotiator, Malevolence, whatever you're closest to. Finish those two. And then from there, Chimera is probably the easiest to get really well. You just need the Defender here, and then it performs very well even without the TIE Interceptor in the early to mid game. Hey Celasher, how's it going? It's not the banger that it can be without, but once you get that TIE Defender out, it's pretty much just as good as with the TIE Interceptor. It just comes out a lot earlier. So I would recommend that as far as your fleets. And then you can start, once you start working, you don't have to build up the home one. You can just use it how it is, and then once you have the Profundity, you just move all the good pilots over to the Profundity. All right, let's see what you have here for characters. Let's look at your Hut Cartel. Not really ready. So before you start a main farm, you should be shard farmed, and you're not shard farmed. I would say, while the first thing you should probably do before you start Jabba, and what I recommend, is get your CLS Rebels up and running. So you're in a really good place to finish these off. So just give CLS his last Zeta, give C3PO a Zeta for Oh My Goodness, and then give Chewbacca a Zeta for Loyal Friend, and then also Chewie's Rage. This is, I'm pretty sure, an Omega, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I Must Tell Others is like an Omega. So get that up, get these two up and running. Even right now, like, you should still be using Chewpio with CLS. It's still usable at this level too, as long as like you have, yeah. So this is still a fully functional team pretty much with these 5. So I would invest more in them. You can park them at Relic 3, and then as you work and get JML, Profundity, or not Profundity, JML, Leia, Jabba, you'll increase those relics because they're all requirements for those farms. So you can park them at R3 just for a quick thing and then move on from there. So the next big farm I would do for you is CLS Rebels. While you're working on CLS Rebels, you can also do, let's look at your Jedi Bros. So these guys, I would probably get these guys up and running while you're saving your Zetas for CLS and your gear. So just farm these guys. You can get them to like gear 8 or something, level 85. While you're working on these shards, save your Zetas for CLS and your gear. Get your CLS up to relics. And then once you're done with your CLS, you can work on your Master Qui-Gon, Padawan Obi-Wan once they're both 7 stars. Then you take these two to Relic 7. Then you can go back, finish the rest of your CLS. And then you can go into your Jedi Knight Luke into Jabba is what I would recommend. So CLS Rebels, concurrently working on your bros. And then once your bros are R7, then you take them to Relic 7 and then you finish your CLS. They really don't need their Zetas right now. You can put them with Qui-Gon and have those two up and running in that team, or you can use them under a Padme, or you can use them even just under a Jedi team. They're very effective as a pair together in the early game, but I would work on those two teams concurrently. Once you're done with Master Qui-Gon, Padawan Obi-Wan, then you can go into the Jedi Knight Luke farm into Jabba. And then once you're finished with the Jabba farm, you go into JML. And then once you finish with JML, you can go into Profundity. If the Lightspeed bundles come back soon, you're more than welcome to just for SOKR and Rey, you're more than welcome to just slowly earn the shards for those ships. And once those ship shards for either the Radis or the Finalizer are 5 stars, then you can go unlock your SOKR Rey if those Lightspeed bundles come in. Otherwise, if you if you get a good decent Lightspeed bundle and it puts you within shooting distance of a really great farm and you want to just like fit that in really quickly, you're more than welcome to. But that's the main farming pathway I would say that you need to do for that. For Hut Cartel, what you need to do, what I recommend is R7 for Jabba, R7 for Chrysanthemum, R7 for Bush Leia. You don't need to R7 Skiff-Guard Lando. He is very good, like a very good character, but I have him at R5 and it's been perfectly fine. For TB, I just use a different Jedi, so I have like Boba Fett in there and I can use him for TB. He's already R8 and he's the 5th I use in the Jabba team. And then when I need to use them in TB, since my Skiff-Guard Lando is an R5, I just use a bounty hunter. So you can use it pretty much any bounty hunter. Fennec has her own node in one of them, so I separate her from that one node, but I think I just use like Django or something, so because he's an R7 requirement as well. So that's what I would recommend. You don't have, if you want to, you can take Skiff-Guard Lando to R7. He's a good character, but R5 is fine, and then you can replace for TB just with any other bounty hunter that's R7. And that's pretty much what I would recommend for this account. You haven't been playing long enough for me to critique your mods too much. Like 324, that's good. Yeah, this isn't bad. Especially for playing for how little, like 6 months. So your mods, I would say, don't overinvest in crap mods like this. So that's unnecessary. Like these are very bad mods on Bosk. And I don't know if this is a byproduct of you just working on mods when you didn't know how to work on mods. I will say, if you haven't already, in my #1 roster reviews on the top, there's a few recommended guides that you should watch, like building +25 speed mods, my entire mod playlist, developing a farming pathway, and my amazing guides. I would recommend watching those so that you can kind of like work on your mod work a lot better. And then the amazing guides are just how you can farm efficiently. I would say stop doing this where you get where you equip gear 12 pieces before your characters are ready. So since you already have Grief pretty much everything but his finisher, you can go ahead and finish Grief. He's a good bounty hunter. You'll use him for a long time. Same thing as like the Mandalorian. So if you get those two up and running as a little side farm, you're more than welcome to. It's a personal decision on if you want to do that. It's not going to give you any more income, or it's not going to give you any assault battles or anything like that, but they're still a good farm. So you can do that if you want to. Let's look at your assault battles real quick. All right, so this is good enough to CT3, both of them. Rebel fighters the rebels are going to give you another one. Whenever you finish SOKR, that'll give you another assault battle. You don't have the Sith yet to do that. As you play more, you'll be able to like get that team up and running so you can CT3 the Sith one. Otherwise, you're nowhere near ready for Inquisitors. Inquisitors are when you have 4 GLs, 2 GL ships. Let's look at your Phoenix. Your Phoenix, not ready whatsoever. Night Sisters. So Night Sisters, you don't have to prioritize these at all. Hey Caleb, hey SWGOH. You don't have to prioritize your Night Sisters for a very long time. Maybe before Inquisitors or after. I would say Inquisitors and Night Sisters are a farm where you really don't need them up and running for a very long time, and because they're kind of isolated. So once you're ready to do CT1 in between a farm, I would knock that out, because they're also a very good conquest team. Even if you just get like R5 DACA and the rest are like gear 10 or around gear 10, then that's still a fully functional conquest team, as long as you have Mother of Talzin's lead and old DACA's Zeta. And then if you get Marin in there, the team really gets elevated. So this is a good budget side farm you can do in between your GLs. But I would finish your Rebels and your Poncho Bros concurrently. Once your Poncho Bros are 7 stars, get them up and running. Just give them enough gear so that they can beat their events, which I'm pretty sure they can do pretty low gear for at least the 7-star one. Other than that, Rebels at the same time, whenever Poncho Bros are the priority, but you can get the Rebels. You can get the Rebels up. I have a video, Solasher. You can watch my video on that. So you can watch all that. Yeah, I kind of got distracted. So CLS Rebels, Poncho Bros concurrently, Jedi Knight Luke, Jabba, JML, Profanity is what I would do for this account. After that, you have flexibility to kind of do whatever you want, because you'll have 2 good GLs, you'll have 2 GL fleets. You can start earning some. By that point, the Lightspeed bundles should be out, so you can do the Lightspeed bundles for Rey and SLKR. Slowly work those up, and then that should be like 4 GLs, 2 GL ships, and at that point, you can kind of like choose a different pathway to go. But that's what I would say for this account. Yeah. And Bronzium, you'll get better. Just put your Executor on defense. Do the best you can on your... You're pretty much going for an Executor defense, so put that down and then do the best you can with what you... Like, put junk on the ground and then try to beat them as clean as possible. Alright, so next we have Sleady. So Sleady, I don't really know you, because this is like the first time you're here, but if you are here, I do offer the ability to get on Discord with me to have a chat about your roster review. So if you would like to, we can get on Discord and do a roster review that way, if you want to. If you can't, that's totally fine. I just offer it to those who are here. Okay. And then let me read this guy's stuff to make sure I didn't miss any of the things. For tips on how to go about Jabba. So farming Jabba, it really doesn't matter. Just farm Jedi Knight Luke first, and then go into and farm the best characters that you can that's going to improve your characters. For me, that was like the bounty hunters, because Hut Cartel kind of suck until you get Jabba. So I farmed like Fennec and who was the other one in there? Aura. I farmed Fennec and Aura first, and then I farmed the rest of the stuff in whatever order. So Jedi Knight Luke is obviously the priority. After you get Jedi Knight Luke, you farm Fennec, and then you can farm Aura. After those, you farm whatever you can in whatever order you want. I'm not going to tell you how to farm in particular as far as how to spend your energies. If you want that kind of information, Omega, you can go into my amazing guides, and that tells you how to farm efficiently. But I don't want to like go into how to farm a whole like GL. Okay, cool. Here, let's oh man. Let's do it, Sleady. Alright, so are you in our Discord? See if I can find you. So if you can send me a DM on Discord, Sleady, then I'll make a voice call with you. But yeah, so last year, if you look at my new guides, I have a guide on when you should farm, and I made one on the Leviathan, so you can watch that. That's okay. I always say those who speak multiple languages shouldn't be embarrassed about their English, because you can speak more languages than most, like native English speakers. So there's nothing to be embarrassed about. So good on you, dude. I'm sure you're from Germany. You speak at least 2 if you speak English. Probably more, because Europeans are usually pretty good at like speaking like 4 or 5 languages. So don't laugh at us at our lack of diversity in the languages we speak. Okay. Alright, I sent you a voice call. I do ask that you just not curse. Alright, can you hear me?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. How's it going?
Pretty good. How about you?
Not bad. Here, let me adjust my audios. I'm pretty sure it's probably pretty low for you guys, right? Can you guys hear him? I could barely hear him. Not your fault. Turn that up. Turn this down. All right, say something, please.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello. All right, can you guys hear him fine? All right, so hey Shane, I need to find a better way to do this. So there's 2 ways to get a roster review. There's a free one you can submit here in my captain's roster review, and then when I spin the wheel, you'll have a chance to get a roster review. If it's on a different stream, then I'll at you on Discord, or you can donate more than $5, and then we'll knock your review out. All right. He's still quiet. I need to figure this out. Here, let me pause that.
Are you streaming on Twitch too?
Yeah, I stream both Twitch and YouTube.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Oh, because no one said anything in that chat. Yeah. All right, let's yeah, because he's super loud for me. Let me do this. Input, audio input, capture. Okay. Let's go into, nope. Not that one. Hey, thanks for following.
Yeah. No problem.
Yeah, I'll have to mess with it. Oh well. Oops, I clicked the wrong button. Wrong button. All right, there you go. All right, so Your name is Van CXT with the Sin
Yeah,
Acolytes.
you can also just say Chris.
Chris?
Yeah.
Okay. 4.7 million GP, 2.8 in characters, 1.9 in ships, and you've been playing for a year and a half.
Yeah, but I had a long break.
Well, this the year and a half is the what do you call it? The like so with Galactic War Battles, I could see how long you've active days you've played, regardless of
Oh,
like
okay.
if you've taken breaks or whatever. So you have like 6,000
Okay.
some Galactic War Battles, which is about a year and a half ish. It's a little less, but about that. All right, so you just got Ray. I will say, for shame, you do not have her gear ready.
Yeah, I'm missing like 15 parts or something, and then I'm done with her, and I have everything ready for Relic 8.
Uh-huh.
So it's like 2 or 3 days, and I'm done with her.
So, have you seen my mod guides?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so because your mods, although they are new, and I don't know if you just made them for Ray, they you still have a lot of potential left. So if you look on my Discord, can you see my screen? Like I'm sure you have the. Is
Yeah,
there
I have
okay?
the stream open.
Okay, so if you look at these building plus 25 speed mods guide and my entire mod playlist, I don't know what your level of mod understanding is, but I have my entire mod philosophy on there. But building plus 25 speed mods is going to show you how you can build your mods because I never leave my mods where you have left them, like pretty much at 15D. Like minimum, if I 6 dot a mod, I take it to 15C because if it meets the standard to be brought to 6 dots, then it should meet the standard to be brought to 15C. And at that point, you kind of have to like follow the guide to see on if you should continue working it or not. Same thing for same thing for arrows that have non-speed primaries. I don't think there's anything wrong with taking a arrow and only 6 dotting it and then not working it anymore. So arrows, it's okay to take like to 6E and leave it there. But for these, like all these have the potential to get worked, and especially these where it has like health primary, speed, and then offense. Even though some people will say like, oh, I'm not going to work on that. For Ray, what you're looking for, ideal like perfect mods. She kind of wants God mods. So a lot of my Rays here. I'm gonna back out of your account for a second, so I can kind of show you what I'm working or what I'm saying here. So if you can see a lot of my Ray mods, they're taken to 6A because I want 5 hits on speed, but I also am trying to hit 5 hits on offense. And what you're looking for is at least like over 5-ish% offense as best as you can. You can't always do it, but sometimes you can. Like this one hit 4 hits on speed and 5 on offense. So that's what you're looking for with health primaries is the ideal way of getting like as juiced up as possible because you can always hit really high secondaries on offense, but health has a limit on how high you can get compared to an offense primary. So an offense primary is 8.5%, but you can still hit, I think it's technically possible to hit like 8.5% secondaries on a mod. You just never will because it's, mathematically not very likely. But you can get 16% health and some fatty offense secondaries and some like good speed, and that's how you build like the ideal Ray. You can go with offense primaries of how you have it, especially in the beginning while you're over time building those mods that you have. So that's what I would say for Ray. Like, let's look at her stats. So it's impossible for me to say if your stats are good or not, like because she's not at Relic 7. But
Yeah, that's a problem.
I can tell you the benchmarks that I look for. All right, so you're looking for 200k health. Above, like your speed right now is perfectly fine, believe it or not. She's going to get a little more speed once you add in the rest. I don't know what it is, like 14 maybe. So she's going to get like 14 more speed just when you relic her, but also her damage. So you want when she's relic 7, you want at least 10k damage. You have a lot of offense primaries, so you probably will. And then your health is probably going to be somewhere around like 160k, 160k, which is a little less than what I like. And it's important because you want that lifeblood. Lifeblood is very important for Ray. So you want lifeblood up and running, and you want her to be doing, and she does a lot of true damage, and you want her to be doing like as much damage as possible, if that makes sense. And all her abilities except for her basic pretty much don't matter for like crits and all that other stuff. So that's why she doesn't need like a crit damage triangle. She needs health and raw damage.
Okay. So do you use lifeblood on herself or on other allies?
It depends. So
Okay, so situational.
yeah, like it's like if you just read it, like because it reduces damage. So if you have like someone taunting, or you have someone that you want to protect, then you would lifeblood it, or lifeblood them. So a lot of times if it's like in threes and it's like Ray, JTR, and Ben Solo whenever you get them, then I'll lifeblood Ben, or then I'll lifeblood Ray, because I don't care about the other twos. Like JTR is just there as a to kind of like keep someone permanently under healing immunity. In between Ben Solo and JTR, it's like 5 turns. So I don't really care. And then she's gonna just ramp her evasion. But like the second Ray gets under half health, then Ben can die, and I don't want him to die, especially if I'm whatever I'm doing, or in a lot of times Rage is just gonna go on defense anyways. So you especially for you, your Ray is gonna go on defense. You're gonna put her on the bottom front wall for Grand Arena. So hopefully by the time the next, because you have like a week and a half right now, or maybe 2 weeks. What is it? So this week until the next, because next week we don't, or this week we don't have Grand Arena. So the next unlock is going to be on the, like in a week and some change. So you're going to have time to get her to relics, hopefully relic 7 by then. And you're going to, even without her ult, you're going to put her on defense, because she's still very, very strong. Like she is a very, very good defensive GL. And even though you don't have Ben Solo, because you haven't really, like your account just isn't developed in that way yet, you can just put...
I have like 5 spots for him.
Yeah, you can just put her with her resistance. So you would go like Ray, JTR, resistance hero Finn, resistance hero Poe. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a 5th. I don't know. You get like Holdo or something. So yeah. So that's fine. You put her on defense, and she's gonna be really, really strong, even without her. Like, because a lot of people, especially where you are, aren't gonna have an answer for Ray. Unless they have like a star killer or something. Your star killer, once you get Ray up and running, I would minimum R5. I have mine R7. You don't have to R7 him. Yeah, and I don't mind something like this where you just have them as like 5 dot mods. I would much rather you do that than 6 dot mods and force really crappy mods. So
yeah, I took the mods from him to give it to Ray.
Okay. This one's really good, believe it or not. So this one has crit chance, offense, and 21 speed. So this could be like a 27 speed mod potentially. So that's why I'm saying watch my mod guides. And for Star Killer, you do want him to have offense percent. So when you're choosing which mods to take to 6 dots for speed arrows, what you're looking for is percent stats. And you want, especially if it's like an attacker, usually they want offense percent is pretty big.
Okay.
Yeah, and same thing like this. Technically, this has the potential to take to 6 dots, but it's pretty low potential as far as it's an offense mod without offense percent. So you want this one to be one with offense percent. So I wouldn't take that to 6 dots. And then this one was 12 speed. I wouldn't have taken it to 6 dots. So once you watch my video, it'll make a lot more sense, if that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
And then Force Repulse, I would, if you have an extra Omicron, Force Repulse is actually very good of an Omicron. Being able to dispel all debuff, because pretty much Star Killer for the most part, is earmarked to kill Rays, right? So you use Star Killer to kill Ray. Star Killer using Force Repulse, Ray, like with Ray, how she works, everyone starts the match with crit hit immunity. So they also, if they get inspired while the enemy gains turn meter, then they start ramping their mastery. So if you can't crit them, you can't reduce their inspiration to 0. And if they're inspired, they're gaining mastery. And then if you let them gain mastery, they're gonna either one, deal a ton of damage, or two, become impossible to hit. So you're like juicing up Ray's offense, and then JTR becomes impossible to hit because her mastery is evasion. So she's gonna just evade all your attacks. So what you're trying to do is, with force repulse, you pull off all that crit hit immunity, and then you start being able to crit them, which reduces their inspiration, so they don't gain any mastery when you're getting turn meter, because the Star Killer team gains tons of turn meter. So that's why it's very important. It's a good Omicron, is because as soon as you can, you want to rip off all that crit hit immunity. And also for some teams, it deals 5% extra damage for each buff dispelled, and then you're ripping buffs off the entire team, not just one character, which like exponentially increases the damage of Force Repulse, and sometimes you could just like wipe a team with it. So that's why it's a good Omicron to get for Star Killer. That's the two I have. Boundless Force Throw, like throwing the tire, not as important, but the Force Repulse is a very good Omicron. But I would still
I have. Oh, sorry.
I would put the Wampa Omicron on immediately and give her some mods. You're doing some. Oh my god. Oh. What are you doing? Why did you? So Furious
I
Foe.
never used her.
So you put a Zeta on Furious Foe. Furious Foe is a luxury Zeta. I don't even have the Zeta for Furious Foe on my Wampa, believe it or not. So you need Cornered Beast. You need that Zeta. And then you need the Omicron for Cornered Beast. So as soon as you can, I would put your Zeta and Omicron on Cornered Beast, and then I would give her mods. So you can go on swgoh.gg, and that's going to show you what mods Wampa needs, but pretty much like all health sets except for one tenacity set, a tenacity cross, and then health primaries for the circle, the triangle, and the arrow. Feel free, at least in the early game, you don't have to hit the speed thresholds. If it has like 10 speed, go ahead and 6-dot it. As far as for Wampa, because Wampa has tons of turn meter mechanics. What's really important for Wampa is for the arrow, the triangle, and the circle to have the health primary, so that she gets those 16% health, and then having the 2 health sets. Cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I wanted to give the Zeta to her, but since I unlocked Ray, I gave all the Zetas to her.
Well, yeah, so, I understand, but you did give a Zeta to her. You just gave the wrong
that's a long
one.
time ago.
Oh, really? So, it was the wrong Zeta.
I didn't know what I'm doing.
Have you ever seen I forgot what it was. You chose poorly, like you chose poorly. The Holy Grail skit or whatever. Unfortunately. So once you have Ray up and running, I would finish your Revens, believe it or not. So you have them all invested in. So you have Darth Revan Gear 12, you have Jedi Knight Gear 12. So, and do you see how you're like equipping Gear 12 plus pieces? See how like Darth Revan has all his pieces, Jedi Knight Revan has a lot of those pieces? So, and if I scroll through here, you probably have more, maybe not. So yeah, Mission Val, that's a waste. So, Chief Chirpa. So don't do that. The only time you should equip Gear 12 plus pieces is if you can smash that upgrade button. So there should be like an upgrade button right here. That's the only time you equip them. For
So
Ray,
just to finish.
yeah, because the Gear 12 plus pieces themselves are pretty negligible. You get like 6,000 health or something. It really doesn't matter. The true, like, like the true boost that they can get is taking them to relics. And if you spread this gear on a bunch of characters, then you're leaving relics on the table, if that makes sense. So
Mm-hmm.
you only want to up, and generally that's for these lower characters too. The only time I equip gear really is when I'm hitting this upgrade button. The only exception is if it's your main farm and you just don't know what pieces you're missing, just start equipping gear and to see what you're missing, because if you can't figure it out. But other than that, like, you want to only hit that upgrading button for the most part. And then, so after you finish your Ray, get your Revens up and running. They're both really good farms. You already have Basilisk Sean at Relics for some reason, and not Darth Revan. And Darth Malik is a good side farm too. So that's really good. Did you buy the Lightspeed bundle for Ray, or did you? No, you didn't.
Yeah, for Ray, yeah.
Okay, so
For Ray and for SLK.
yeah. So for First Order, do you have the ships? Almost.
I have
So
some.
yeah. So go ahead. Like, you're gonna, once you finish Jedi Knight Revan, Darth Revan, you can leave them at like Relic 3 for both of them is fine for right now. So Relic 3 them, and then go all in on SOKR once you can. It looks like you're pretty much done except for the ships, right?
It's just a ship, yeah.
Yeah. So once you have
It's just
SOKR,
the finalizer.
yeah. So once you have the finalizer, get SOKR, and the good thing for you is pretty much you just unlocked Proving Grounds, right? Not too long ago.
Mm-hmm.
So the good thing for you is you actually have most of what you need to beat every single Proving Ground. So once you have SOKR, you're going to Relic Thrawn to Relic 3, and then you're going to Relic Malik to Relic 3. Where he's at? Malik. He's hiding here somewhere. You have him, right?
Yeah. He's
right here. He's the center. So once you have Malik, and then Relic 3 Thrawn, Relic 3 Malik, and then the rest of the characters, unlock characters for SOKR, and you're going to be able to beat every single Proving Ground, which is excellent for your account because you're going to start being able to passively earn all those Conquest characters. Even the, I would say the Conquest Pass Plus, once you have SOKR, Malik, Thrawn, if you're, spend whatever money you want, but if you're open to it, that is an excellent deal once you can beat all the Proving Grounds, because you're going to get all those Conquest characters and ships twice as fast. And they're all pretty much very good. So I would say once you unlock SOKR, once you get Malik to 7 stars, Relic 3, and once you get Thrawn to Relic 3, then 100% that would be an excellent investment for you.
Okay. Wait. I gotta write that down.
Yeah, I do have a guide on that too. A lot of people a lot of people Google it, but if you Google like Malik, SOKR Malik fight Captain Amazing or something, I'm sure it'll pop up. Every time the event rolls by, like it becomes like a YouTube search thing, so people search it up. But that's guide covers how you can beat the Malik fight and the TIE Interceptor fight with those characters. The rest of them are pretty much very easy. You just use a standard SOKR team instead of who is it? Usually I go like double tank, and instead of Hux, I add in Malik. And then it just goes really smoothly for the rest of the fight.
So R3 is enough for Thrawn and Malik?
Well, could you say that again?
Relic 3 is enough for Thrawn and Malik?
Yeah, starting out.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay. Same thing, Jedi Knight Revan, Darth Revan, Malik. Relic 3 is fine. The more relics you throw on Malik, the better. But you sooner or later you're gonna farm the Leviathan, and you'll take Darth Revan and Malik to Relic 9 at that point. So there's no wasted relics on them, but you don't have to. You could relic 5. You can relic 5 Revens, the Revens and Malik if you want to. But I noticed at relic 3, they're like Malik is just a really strong character. Revan's a really strong character, and their kits are kind of like timeless. So if you want to, you can relic 5 them, or you can relic 3. It's up to you.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, but that's pretty much where you need to go with your account. Like Ray, Revens, Malik, Thrawn, SOKR as soon as you can. Once you finish those, you need to start working on. You need to start working on. Oh, you need to start working.
Troopers.
You need to start working on a GL ship as fast as you can too. So as a side farm, once because you're taking advantage of your lightspeed bundles right now, right? So you
Mm-hmm.
and you already farmed the Revens and Malik, and Thrawn is an important character for those proving grounds. So finish those, finish your Ray, finish your Revens, finish your Malik, finish your SOKR. But while you're doing all that, you need to start farming all of the bounty hunters and get them up and running. So Razor Crest, you need to farm that in the fleet shipments as soon as you can. You farm your Razor Crest because do you see your fleet right here? It is atrocious. It's a very bad fleet.
Yeah,
This
it's
is
super bad.
yeah. So that's a huge thing. Like usually I tell people Executor is the first thing that they should farm. The problem is you're like you know, what's that long flat pork dish that's fried?
Flat pork dish, that's right.
Yeah, it's like a schnoodle.
Schnitzel.
Schnitzel, yeah. So you're schnitzel deep into your Ray and SOKR and Revens and Malik farm. So you're schnitzel deep on it. So you need to you need to finish those, take advantage of what you're doing, and that's totally fine because they're lightspeed bundles, and it's just pretty much like fell on your lap. Just take advantage of it, right? So
Mm-hmm.
start working on your executor farm as your side farm. So other than except for Thrawn, Revens, Malik, SOKR, Ray, those are the last things that you put gear on unless it's an executor farm. So everything else that's not into those characters needs to start being your executor, and you need to unlock Schnitzel, Dr. Rod. That's what you need to start farming as much as you can. Once you have the executor, you need to start finishing off your Imperial troopers for the assault battle. Also, the Jedi Bros for the assault battle, the Poncho Bros, Master Qui-Gon. And even like if you could take Padawan Obi-Wan as a side farm, these are very important. But I think the proving grounds is also very important for you, and getting your GLs is also very important. So I'm okay with you going Revens, Malik, Thrawn, Ray as soon as you can into Executor in as soon as you can because you need those crystals. Like you need to start earning crystals from your fleet currency, from your fleet shard. And then once you do that, I would say Master Qui-Gon Padawan Obi to Relic 7. Then you can go Imperial Troopers, CLS Rebels, Jedi Knight Luke, Jabba. Kind of makes sense? I don't know if you want to write
Yeah.
this. I don't know if you want to write this down. I like timestamped it, but that's the farming pathway that I would go. And then you just like farm your shards as you can for those. But those are going to be very, very important in that order. So like get pretty much your 2 GLs, get proving grounds locked down. Then you can go into and Jedi Knight Revan, Darth Revan, Malik, all excellent characters. SOKR, Ray, excellent characters. Then Executor. Then you start working on your assault battles. Master Qui-Gon, Padawan Obi-Wan, Imperial Troopers, CLS, Jedi Knight Luke, into Jabba. And from Jabba, you can go JML, Profanity, and etc. Kind of makes sense.
Yeah, sounds good.
So it's a very long farming pathway, but it is going to turbocharge your income, and that's what you're looking for. You're looking every farm that you do needs to further the your next farms and make it faster. So it should at this point of the game where you are, everything you farm should be giving you something. And right now you're farming GLs, which is going to give you crystals in Grand Arena because you're going to be able to start competing in there. And then you're going to farm your proving grounds, which is going to give you all those conquest characters and ships. And then you start going for your fleet crystals, and then into your assault battles. And then you weave assault battles in between your GLs and GL ships, and then it just all flows beautifully so that you can unlock your start earning all that income. And by the time you're finished with like all your assault battles, believe it or not, you'll probably be like, I'm at like almost 10 million. I'm still I think this month will be the last assault battle that I'll complete. So if you do it right, it takes a long time, but it comes with like excellent payouts, and it starts making your farming pathway a lot quicker. Kind of makes sense?
Okay. Yeah, makes sense.
All right. Any questions on any of that?
No.
Okay.
So it's roughly just finishing Ray, going into the finishing Ravens, Malak, Thrawn, then SLKR.
Yep. Well,
Executor.
So SOKR is as soon as you can. I didn't really expand on that, but SOKR is like a passive farm. You don't have to accelerate those shards because you're not really ready, right? Because you have all your income is going to go into Ray. But once you finish Ray, then feel free to start saving your gear and your relic levels to take SOKR, and your Zetas to take SOKR to R7 immediately. And then anything extra you start putting into your Revens, your Malik, and your Thrawn, if that makes sense.
Okay, so finish Ray and then
start
farm the stuff for SLKR.
Yep.
And after that, go into Ravens, Malak, Thrawn.
Yep.
Executor, ships and stuff.
Yep.
The bros like the Padawan, Obi, and Master Qui-Gon.
Yep. After Executor. Yep.
Yeah, and then JKL into Jabba.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's what I wrote down. It sounds good.
Yeah, just feel free to fit in Imperial Troopers in there after the bros. So like Imperial Troopers, CLS Rebels, then Jedi Knight Luke Jabba. Because Imperial Troopers are going to give you 2 assault battles at CT3. CLS Rebels is going to give you 1 assault battle at CT3. Jedi Knight Luke is another battle at that CT3, and that's going to be 4 assault battles. SLKR gives you another battle at CT3, so that's 5 assault battles that you'll be able to do at Challenge Tier 3. Then you're going to get the Jedi Bros, which is their whole other assault battle that gives you tons of stuff. And then you start going into Jabba, which is going to give you Smuggler's Run 2, which helps with your mods. So all this is giving you more resources, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, so that's what I would recommend. 100%. And this
sounds pretty good.
Yeah, and this is time stamped, so if you ever want to, you can come back and watch it as you go through, because this farming pathway I just gave you is probably could be up to, I don't know, your income could be up to 8 months to a year, maybe a little less, depending on how fast you farm things. So
okay, so finish.
No, go ahead.
Okay, so I'm spending around 100 euros a month.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it probably speeds up a little.
Okay, so I'll say this. As far as your spending, I don't know what you're spending on, but in the store, right? These are things that are good. So this Kyrotech bundle right here, it's a good bundle. So I buy this one. I buy 1 a week, just because I don't need to accelerate that much. But if you want to buy 2 of these, the Kyrotech salvage bundle, that's a good one. On Monday,
I bought both because of Ray.
Yep. On Monday, these 2. So the CCBs here and the bronzium wiring here. So if you buy them, a 10 every time they pop up. It's going to allow you to push your income, because that's what I did. It took a few months, but I bought 10 every time they popped up, and it allowed me to pretty much push past that, and it's no longer a bottleneck for me. So if you use crystals for that, that's good too. So even a little bit makes a lot, especially for these CCBs and these bronzium wirings. So if you're using money on that, that's fine. Also, on Mondays, that $10 pack. I don't know what it is for you, like 10 euros or
Which
something.
one is it?
It's the it's the it's a $10 pack that pops up every Monday in the store, and it has some signal data, and it has some relic materials and a little bit of other extra stuff. Maybe like 200 crystals or something. But
Hmm.
that $10 pack is a excellent offer. And if you spend your money only on those things, then that's going to accelerate your account very well. You don't have to don't buy crystal or don't buy shards out of the shipments. Don't spend your money on buying shards like that. Spend your
Hmm.
money on those things like these Chirotech salvage bundles, that Monday pack, and you'll see it. I'm sure you probably buy it already. Usually it pops up right
Yeah.
here and it says like in your little corner, and it's like a relic bundle or something, and it's $10 and it pops up every Monday. I wish it was Monday so I could show you, but
Yeah,
it's
I think I know what it is.
yeah, but that one
It has
100%.
some relic items, like material items
Yeah.
in it.
Yes, comes with
Yeah.
signal data, some higher
Yeah.
relic stuff. So that so if you don't have to spend any more than that. Like I promise you, those are the most impactful things that's going to accelerate your growth in the game. And and that's what I do. Like I buy those. I buy these. I buy that $10 pack, and then I buy the Conquest Pass Plus. So if you buy those three things, it'll end up being about 100 some euros a month, but
Yeah.
or maybe a little more, like because it's about like 25, 14,
Yeah.
10,
Maybe it's
25. It's like
150 or
yeah,
something.
150, and
Yeah.
that's all you have to spend. Anything
Yeah.
extra that you spend should be using buying crystals maybe to do refreshes if you can't, or buying
Hmm.
crystals to get these relic packs and these CCBs. And if you do that, then your account is going to grow, and it's going to be the fastest way to do it, because sometimes people spend money and then it's not giving you any lasting effects. So if you're looking at like the easy or the best way to spend money to get grow in this game, lightspeed bundles, the Conquest Pass, just the normal one. You can buy the Pass Plus too. It makes Conquest a lot easier, and you got it. You could double up on your proving ground. So I would recommend that. Spending crystals on these packs right here, the Relic Amplifier packs for CCBs. Most of these are good. Don't The only ones you shouldn't buy are these ones right here are rhodium heat sinks and chromium transistors. These 100% are just a waste. If you watch my amazing guides, I show you how you can farm these. I don't need to buy any of these. I don't need to buy impulse detectors, arrow magnifiers, zimbittles, electriums. I no longer need to buy bronzium and carbonite circuit boards, but you probably will need to at least once you until you
Yeah.
break that bottleneck. But all these are good. Electriums, zimbittles, impulse detectors, arrow magnifiers. The math are good on them if you need them. But rhodium heat sinks, chromium transistors. If you're needing to buy these, then you're not playing the game right, and then you should watch my amazing guides on how I use my currencies, because you shouldn't need to spend money on these, because they should be so plentiful that you don't need them, if that makes sense. Like
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
if you look at my stuff, I have like 4,000 chromium transistors, and I haven't been even farming the node, these things. I haven't even been farming these, and that this is what you've used to farm them. And then a rhodium
Oh yeah,
heat
they're in
sinks.
the store.
Yeah, Iridium heat sinks. You just use the Mark III, these things, hollow projectors, and then you convert them into these. So the Mark III hollow projectors, you craft these, and then you sell these, and that's how you get all your Iridium heat sinks. So if you watch my amazing guides, it covers like how I farm, literally all the way up to Relic 9 for all my farms, and how you could like easily farm this stuff too. So,
Okay.
but if you're spending money, if it's on anything other than those things, 99.9% of the time, it's not going to give you an actually lasting or good effect on your account. You're just kind of like wasting your money on very minimal things. But if you buy those things in particular that I just told you, then that's going to accelerate your account. And then if you want to, I'm not going to tell you how to spend your money. Just know like anything you buy other than that is probably having minimal effect on what your account can do. But if you spend money that way on the long run, it's going to be fine, because the more you spend, the more you're going to push yourself into another bottleneck, and there's only so fast you can go, and then there's only so hard you can whale before you spend. If you watch, I made a video of a roster review for a guy who spent $22,000 on his account, and he's less GP than you. So
So he wasted a lot of money.
it's just you can accelerate your farms in a way that
So so do you ever buy raw gear from with crystals?
no, I don't.
Okay.
I don't. So a lot of people do, but I don't. If you look, I have like a lot of crystals, right? I didn't buy any of these. These are just in the game. So these are a waste. Feature shipments, weekly shipments. It's a waste. It's a crystal sink. If you're buying stuff out of this, um, it's just this is here for those whales. This is how they get,
Oh,
like,
okay.
if you're spending money and you're just dropping like tons. But there's if you watch my amazing guides. Hey, Ray Rock and Guppy, how's it going? If you watch my amazing guides, which are in my playlist, there's only like two or three in or there that cover how you use all your currencies so that you can progress in a very fast manner. Because I finish a big, oh man, that's super that's super loud. Thank you for
Oh,
thank you for subscribing.
yeah.
So I have my stuff turned up for you, but so if you watch my guides, it's going to show you how you can progress in the game in a very fast manner, so that if you like your soft whale, if you're dolphining and then you're playing the game efficiently. Because if you look, I forgot who it was, but someone did the math, and just playing the game every day is equitable to $100 a day. So can you outspend $100 a day? Like maybe not, but
No.
the easiest way to progress the game is to spend like a dolphin in what I told you to spend, but learn how to efficiently play the game and engage in the game in that way, and that's going to make you grow the fastest, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So that's what I would say for your stuff. Like, don't throw your money away. You know what I mean? Like, you do
Mhm.
whatever you want. I don't know your financial
Yeah, sure,
situation.
sure.
If you wanna donate money to Chi, go ahead. By all means, you keep the lights on. But if you're looking at like most bang for your buck, those packs that I showed you is going to give you lasting effect. They're going to be helping in the important bottlenecks. Don't waste crystals on gear. Just learn how to maximize your income on spending these credits, and all these shipments are how you progress in the game, because you can't outspend the efficiency of just playing daily. Like, you just can't do it. So learn the game, master the efficiency, and then engage in smart spending, and then you're going to progress very, very quickly. You'd be very surprised.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah, no problem. That's what I'm here for.
I'll
But
make some progress here.
Yeah, but watch those amazing guides. They're in my playlist. They're also in my Discord. If you saw the number one, the link for it, it's like on the bottom of my first post in my Captain's Roster Review one. Amazing guides. It's a playlist. There's only like two, three I think that deal with like how I use all my currencies. Watch those, and then if you do that, like how I spend my energy, how I spend all my shipment currency, my get currency, my mark currency, and all the other shipment currencies, plus how I spend my energy, it all feeds into a sustainable system of how to get your characters relic up as efficiently as possible. As
Okay,
well,
I'm gonna watch them.
yeah, as well as like the farming path that I gave you, and that farming pathway is just going to give you more currencies. And then once you finish that path in like I don't know if it's been like 6 months or so, just hit me up again and we'll give you another farming pathway that'll because I'm telling you I'm still doing it. I do have a theory on it, but not a lot of people are like appreciate the theory behind it, but I do have a I don't if you ever worked in or if you ever had a background in like business or psychology, there's something called the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So I made the same thing based upon the Captain Amazing hierarchy of needs as far as like building an account for efficiency of how to get more resources and in the game of what's most important. So if you watch that guide, it'll kind of give you an idea of the philosophy of how I do roster reviews and how I build an account. And if you can watch that and apply it towards your account, then you'll never go wrong.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's what
So that's the playlist you have in your YouTube, right?
yeah, it's a so
Yeah.
the hierarchy of needs is a playlist. My amazing
Oh,
guides are a
3 videos.
playlist. Yeah, it's very short. So the most of my I'm not big on like making fluff. I usually make a guide and then I like try to keep it as lean as possible and as short as possible so that people can just like absorb what I'm trying to do
So
pretty much.
very efficient.
I try to be efficient in everything I do. But
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
but
good.
that's what I would say. My hierarchy of needs is also in my Discord here, if you want to. So it's here. I advertise it, but like my mod playlist, hierarchy of needs, building a farming pathway, which is also important, and then my amazing guides. This building plus 25 speed mods is going to be very important for you though. Like if you watch any videos, it needs to be this one, and that's going to teach you how to work your mods
Okay.
and what mod potential is. So that's probably my number one watch video I've have in YouTube, but the rest of them are still solid as far as the efficiency of the entirety of the game. So and they've all keep in mind a lot of them are when I first started making YouTube content. So if it's not that great, I'm sorry, but the information in it is solid.
Yeah,
So, but
I bet.
yeah, but that's all I got for you. Unless you have another
Yeah,
question for me.
no, it's a lot already.
Uh huh.
I mean, I know what I have to do now.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
Yeah, very good.
All
Yeah,
right.
thank you.
Yeah, no
Thanks for
problem.
spending your time.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for. I will ask. What did you just see my video on YouTube and you clicked it today, or are you familiar with any of my
Uh,
stuff?
it's I'm watching Nooch to Good,
Uh huh.
and I'm getting a lot of recommendations from for other YouTubers, and you were like on the recommendation list,
Uh huh.
and I saw you were live, so I just joined and saw you were doing roster reviews, and I
Okay.
thought, okay, let's do it.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I do
I
love
mean,
Nooch.
what do I have to lose?
Yeah, $5, I guess.
Yeah, okay, but that was worth spending.
Yeah. Yeah, I love Nooch. I do. I
Yeah,
watched
he's really funny.
I watched Nooch before I was a content creator for a few years, and then I became one, and now I got to do content with them, so it was pretty fun. But yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. I'm
he's really cool.
happy to see you here, and if you need
Yeah.
anything, you're in my Discord now, so I have a Ask Captain Amazing. So if you have any like follow up questions, feel free to hit me up
Hmm.
in there. Okay.
Yeah, sure. I'm
Okay.
gonna continue watching.
All right. Awesome. Thanks. All right. So have a
Thank
good
you.
one.
Yeah, you too. Bye.
Bye. All right. So let me fix the sound. So we have, let's get the music back going. So Dank, you hear Dank? Did you leave? Mr. Spin the wheel again? I haven't had a chance to spin the wheel yet, Ray Rock. Dank, are you here? Mr. Ideals, calling all ideals. Hey, let me hit you up on Discord. See if you're here. Calling all ideals, Mr. Ideals. Okay, you want to jump on a voice chat for your review? Hey, Lacabonus. How's it going, dude? How are you doing? So as far as I saw a few people ask, so there's two ways to get a roster review. So there's the free way, and if you submit here, I will add you to the wheel, and I try to aim for at least 4 free roster reviews. Just call me on Discord when you're ready, Dank, and then I'll join in. But so on here, on number 2, roster reviews number 2, if you put in your request here, it's absolutely free, and I will add you to my list here, and then I'll spin the wheel. I try to do 4 free spins a week, and then that'll give you a free roster review. Or if you donate more than $5 in the donation link, then that'll give you a premium review, and I can get to it a lot quicker. Usually same day, sometimes it's a little less, sometimes it's a little more. But I do try to, if people support me that way, I do try to knock it out as quick as I can to just support those who support me. You specifically requested a roster roast. Honestly, I probably wouldn't even know, Vash. Usually I barely even read what you guys say, because a lot of people are just like, review me, bro. Or they just drop their ally code or something. All right, how you doing, Mr. Ideals?
Mic test. Test mic. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. You're a little low, so I gotta like, I hate doing this, turning off the music, but
yeah,
here,
I
let
think
me.
I can turn myself up even more. Hold on. See if I can.
Let me do this. So I'll turn this up all the way. Turn this all the way down. Discord's all the way up. All right, can you
Test mic.
all right, how can you guys hear them? Hear that? I have my music on just a little. But how are you doing, dude? Mr. Ideals?
Oh, I'm chilling.
Cool. So
Pretty good day.
Nice. So enjoying your Saturday?
Oh yeah.
So what can I do for you today?
Well, we were talking about it a little bit the other day, but just take a look at it and see what sticks out, and we'll go from there. I've got some Zetas saved up. I've got mod materials saved up. I saved everything up for a while.
I've been tricked before by someone who said the same thing.
I've got an Omicron to spend. I just spent 1 Zeta, so I got 3 more Zetas to work with.
Do you? Okay. So, you're catching up to me. Almost, I guess.
I'm getting whooped at this 3v3, though. I'll tell you that.
In Kyber 4?
I was in 3, and I just keep facing these 12 mil accounts.
Really? Yeah, because
everything.
It is rough. I'll say this. The difference I've noticed from like Kyber 2, because I when I'm in like Kyber 2, I've been up close to Kyber 1. The difference is how efficient those players are. And I've noticed once I push down to like Kyber 3, I can still full clear them without dropping a battle, and they'll make a mistake somewhere. So I can easily climb on those massive accounts. But once I go to like Kyber 2, mid Kyber 2, it's about like 50-50, where I'll still play people who just like people who make mistakes pretty much. But it is hard when you're and
I
that's
punch up at K2, then get thrown back down, then punch back up, and then get thrown back down.
Yeah, usually I bounce. I haven't been. This is the first time I've been in Kyber 3, and I'm just like one win from going back to Kyber 2. But the problem is I go like 5 and 4, and then the squish just like keeps pushing me back down and down and down. So it finally pushed me out of Kyber 3 or out of Kyber 2, and I'm like right on the edge. So if I win tomorrow, I'll stay in Kyber 2. If I lose, I'll be in Kyber 3. Yeah, but it's rough. The squish is rough.
It's been really rough for me.
So I noticed you don't have our Lord and Savior JMK. What's
Okay, I'm waiting for the light speed. I was buying the
light speed.
Guild 3.
I wouldn't do that. I understand what you're saying, but here's the thing. People have been skipping Cam. And that's the thing. Like they sold Cam because people weren't engaging in him. There's still a time to farm Watt. There's still people farming Watt. There's still people doing Dark Side TB. There's still people spend, if they skip that time where they should be farming it, then they just buy it with Get 3. So CG gave us Cam because there was no way people were farming Cam because it just didn't make sense, if that makes sense. Like 100%.
Wasn't economical.
Yeah, I even made a video on it. I was like, don't farm Cam, still farm Watt because Watt's needed for JMK. Cam is a luxury character. So it's the most luxury of luxury characters. So I would say you're already at 5 stars. Just finish Watt. I don't know if they'll make a Lightspeed bundle for Watt. I don't know. And I don't think you should wait for that. Personally, I think you should just continue sacrificing. You made the mistake, so you gotta by not.
I totally skipped. What was it? Geonosis.
Dark Side. Yeah, Dark Side TB.
Yeah, I totally skipped that. I went from like Hoth straight to Rote.
Yeah, because I like specifically joined a guild, found a guild that was like, we're farming Watt, and then I farmed Watt until I hit 7 stars, and then I started finding like better guilds. So I knew that Watt JMK was something I would want sooner or later because he is a fantastic character. There's reasons why all the new characters have call outs against JMK, and that's because he's like the gold standard for end game characters. Like he's just like the level. Like he's very good. Even if you have JMK with Cat, then that alone, you put it on defense, that'll carry you up to Kyber. Like I call it the JMK and Prey. I know people do the Ray and Prey, and that's like okay, but Starkiller beats it. But if you have the JMK and Prey, that's gonna like shoot. I've seen people with like 6 million accounts up in Kyber 2 just because they have the well modded and Datacron JMK on defense, and then that's it.
Yeah, every GAC I play now, I'm regretting not having JMK.
Yeah, he's excellent. So that's believe it or not, that's my play for this next Grand Arena I'm playing tomorrow is the JMK and Prey. Like that's it. I have a Plokron and I watched his defense. He has everything in the game. He's like 11, close to 12, I think. And he struggles against JMK. So again with the Plokron. So that is it. Like he beats it. I don't know. He still has to beat my fleets, but he puts FU fleets down too. So like Leviathan, Executor, Profundity. So maybe he can't get through my fleets. I don't know. We'll see. But essentially, the JMK and Prey is what I'm relying on. So it is an amazing farm, and I think you shouldn't hold off on some magical hope of getting it. It hurts my soul that you have Jedi Knight Revan at Relic 5 with no Zetas.
Yeah, he's just kind of sitting there.
He's a good Jedi. Like you wouldn't know, but he's pretty fantastic. Like I would.
There's a lot of characters I don't have that don't have Zetas.
he's like he's an excellent support Jedi, like one of the best. So I'll say this: the Revens, he needs better mods, like definitely above 300. But the Revens kits are timeless, like Darth Revan, Jedi Knight Revan, timeless kits. So I would get him up and running. Are you missing a Zeta? You're missing a Zeta for Jedi Knight Cal Kestis, right?
I think so.
Is it his lead?
I'd have to look. Let me pull it up real quick. Jedi. Cal Kestis. No, his lead is Omicron. It's Windmill Defense.
Windmill Defense?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it does because I don't have him yet, but it sounds important. That's probably like getting the turn meter back or something. Like, because he like does this and then like the turn meter gets like turned or something. I don't know.
Target other Jedi gains a bonus turn.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So yeah, that's good because you're supposed to. Again, you wouldn't know because you don't have him, but you give the turn meter to Jedi Knight Revan, and then Jedi Knight Revan throws it back to Jedi Knight Cal, and then Cal kills someone. So with his
okay, with like an insta kill.
Yeah, so that's what you're supposed to do. So I would get that, at least that going. Oh, you can do it because Master Strategist is maxed out, but I would do that. I think Hero's important for him, and then Direct Focus probably pretty good. I don't know, but yeah, I would get that one up and running because you could still run it with Jedi Knight Revan, and he could still turn he still gives the bonus turn swap turn meter with target other Jedi. Like he still does it, so I would do that.
Over any other, I got 2 Zetas right now.
Well, I don't know, man. Like, give me a second. I'm still cooking.
I know. I know.
Just looked at it, but I don't see anything else here that's like I would. Do you have any Omicrons?
I have 1 Omicron.
What's her? I think.
Put another one on Padawan Obi-Wan.
No. So I think Third Sister is the one that gives. Here, let me back. Yeah, Deathmark. I think that's her lead.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I would do that one. So that one's very good. Malevolent Whirlwind is very good too. I would probably still do Third Sisters because Third Sisters is like a whole team, and that's very important as far as like even in the JMK counters, getting death mark on even if you need a Leia counter, then that death mark like killing the sides, because you can do believe it or not, you can go like Third Sister. You don't have to because you can just use Quad May against the Tankron with Leia, but you can go if you don't have that, or if you were using them on defense, then you can go Third Sister, Star Killer, what do you call it, Darth Vader, and then that kills the Tankron because the ads will die from the death mark, and then you'll be able to just kill them, and then you just full on Leia and kill her with the damage from Third Sister and Star Killer with the attacker cron. But either way, even without it, like it's still a very strong Omicron for the team. So I would do that. I would probably put your next Omicron on Darth Bane for his Malevolent Whirlwind. It's very strong, very good. The rest you can skip. You don't need Essence of Dominance. You don't need his lead. But this Malevolent Whirlwind is very good. I would skip the Cal Kestis Omicrons. You don't need TB Omicrons.
No, I do it. I can do the event without it.
Are you guys getting Zepho already?
No. We're about halfway.
When are you gonna leave leave your guild and join a better one?
I don't know about that one, Chief.
I don't know. I'm just saying. you want your account is very good. It could probably be in a much better guild. It's up to you. I know you're with like Nooch and stuff, and you probably just like them. And I liked my guild very much too, but I still left them. Yeah, my guild is Zepho, Dr. Wiley. So I still left my guild. I was in there for like 9 months or something, enough to have a baby. But I still left them, even though it's the like, I love the guild, I love the people. They did very well, but it was time to go. And at a certain point, I did leave Oakland Republic Raiders. At some point, you outgrow a guild, and you either stay where you're above where you should be, or you move on and you kind of like continue to grow, because accounts like yours, you're a spender, your account's going to grow, and you're getting held back from your guild of what your potential is. And again, like, you do whatever you want, stay in your guild, but your potential growth could be a lot higher. So you can do
I think we're like, we casually play rote, and we just deploy and get 30 stars.
Yeah, that's horrible. I wasn't even talking about that. I was talking about Zepho. But yeah, that's also very bad. so so you could be doing much better. Again, every time I look at your account, I am going to mention it, because, you know, that's what I do. It's just I'm not just going to,
No, absolutely.
you know, like, do, again, all this is just advice. You can do whatever you want with it, but your account is at the point where I'm in Scarberia. Is my guild. Someone just asked me. Not that it has anything to do with anything you're doing. All right, so even your guild or your raid participation is probably a lot higher than what your guild needs, right? I'm sure.
I'm thinking about 5 million, and I only have 3 teams to do it.
Yeah, and what is your guild? Is your guild getting the 265 box or whatever it is?
Let's see. I'm actually looking at it right now. We get the 90 million.
Yeah. So your raid participation is equivalent to the 265 million box. So that's what I'm saying. Like, your account is very good. Like, you have a very good account. Your account is going to continue to grow and improve at the level where you're just like you're already top. Like, you're already at the top of your guild, right? As probably performance, what you can do in TW, what can you do in TB, what you can do in the raid, and that chasm is only going to get wider and wider and wider. And if you ever see guilds where people are like huge compared to their members, it's players like you who are like, well, I just like these people, and then you just like constantly outperform your guild, and you're only holding yourself back. So again, I would just say it's good to be in a guild that you love and the people that you like, but I'll tell you this: there's lovable people in every guild, and I promise you'll probably like them just as much, but you'll also get a lot more while you're doing it. So up to you, do whatever you want, but I'm telling you, your guild participation and what they're doing is very lackluster compared to the potential of what you should be getting. You should be getting like, I don't know, 37, 38 stars in TB. You should be getting the 265 million box. You should be winning 80-ish% in TW. Like, all these things are resources that you should be getting. Like, you should be getting, you could probably join a guild that's doing Zepho and close to Mandalore, if not have Mandalore, and then you could be getting an extra, 140, 150 Chirotech a week, or every 2 weeks. So that's another like 300 Chirotech. So all these things that your guild probably isn't going to be getting for a very long time, you could be getting immediately through a click of probably 2 buttons. 2 button clicks is all it would do. Maybe 4, I don't know. It probably has a response of like, are you sure you want to do this? So maybe 4 button clicks, I don't know. But you could do that all with 4 button clicks. It's just, and a little bit of button clicks on the back end of like Discord and finding a guild. You could join my guild, Scarberia. It's a very good guild, 520 million. We're about to unlock Mandalore. Very laid back on TW, but they win like 80%. They get Zepho. I don't know what TB they get. I don't know. Here, let's see if I can see. But we do have in a spot, and maybe it was like Beskar Bandito. It was a guild he was in for a while. I don't know. I haven't seen him in a bit. Slasher. I haven't looked at your account, but I don't know. It's up to you. Do what you want. They are Canadian though, so you know. It's they're a very good guild though. So they do get the 265 million, even with like 47, 46 players. They're getting the 265 million box. So it's not like, oh, we're barely getting it. So they're a good group. I think you would really like it. So check it out. They're my guild. You could just like search my name, Scarburia. Check. I spent a lot of time looking at guilds, like a lot. Like I scoured all the different guilds I can join, and I looked for a blend of like good guild leaders, because that's huge. Also, like all the different game modes, because I'm huge. As much as I look at efficiency of the game, I also look at that for my guild as well. And that's why I joined a great guild before, and that's why I moved into another great guild. They're just more focused on what I care about. So something that like I can tell you, I did scrutinize them. I was particularly invited into that guild, but I'll say this: I applied into the guild I'm in a while ago, and they denied me. So I applied into them, they denied me, and then it was like 6 months later they shot me an invite out of the blue. So
they're like, oh yeah, by the way,
no, my account, I'll say this, like I always applied to guilds that were like out of my league, because when they're like we'll look at some extra accounts or whatever, my account grows very quickly, and I like told them like, hey, I will progress very quickly and reach whatever milestones you need me to hit faster than your average player, because I grow out of accounts really quick. So usually I apply to guilds that are just like, and a lot of them are just like you're because my mods are great, my farming efficiency is good, I farm what guilds want, and then they're like, you are what we would want probably in a few months if you like focus on these things. And I'm like, okay, thanks. And then I just like try to find another guild that's equitable. But this guild is very good, and they like, one of the viewers ended up inviting me to join. So very good guild. That's something to think about. You can do what you want, but a guild is where we get the most resources in the game.
Yeah, no, you're right.
And especially like raids. Raids is huge. So I can only say this: the longer you're in your guild, the worse it's gonna get. And the more like, so you're just like, how long are you gonna delay the inevitable that you're just gonna surpass what is expected? And someday you're just gonna look at your account and what the average player in your guild is, and you're gonna be like, what am I doing?
Yeah, I'm about to break 9 million.
So
yeah,
9 million personally for me wasn't a milestone. 10 million, 8 and 10 for some reason seemed like a milestone. 9 was like, nah.
I didn't even notice I hit 8 million. I looked over and it was like 8.5. I was like, huh.
Yeah. So yeah, something to think about. Again, do whatever you want. I don't care what guild you're in, but it's my my thought. So how close are you to going for like Balin Skull? You doing all the things?
Look at Shin.
I saw Shin, that's why I asked.
So I'm farming
not at all.
Morgan.
Not at all. Out of all the things to wail on, you chose poorly. Like, because the great mothers in Morgan and Elsbeth, chef's kiss of whaling. If you're gonna whale, you chose like the beached whale. That's what you did. You got the one on the beach, and then these things are in the middle of the ocean. They're orcas just out there killing it, and you chose the blue whale that's just like on the beach rotten.
Well, I'm anticipating what is it? The new mercenary tag, probably a same datacron of killer proportions in 2
for Balin Skull, which you need Morgan. You need the Great Mothers and Morgan. Balin Skull is gonna be amazing, but you need the Great Mothers and Morgan Elsbeth. You got a lifter character for a team that you can't get unless you whale on these things.
That's a fair point.
So I'm not one to criticize how people spend their money, but criticized. Other than that, like I do think you're just gonna have to farm these as fast as you can. Once they like Morgan Elsbeth, you can farm right now because she's
I'm doing 3 refreshes a day.
Yeah, because she's Cantina, right? And then Great Mothers, just whenever, probably a hard node farm. You're just gonna have to farm her as fast as you can. Yeah, but refreshes are just like 3 100s for the Cantina energy. Oh yeah. So yeah, so that's good. That'll take you like 2 weeks or something to finish her, and then just do your best. Probably have to refresh the node like 3 times or something, 4 times for Great Mothers. As annoying as that is, but you got to do what you got to do, right? To get Balin's Skull. But I do think since you already wailed on Shin Hati, then
And what Merrick's coming out in like on Thursday or Wednesday or whatever the schedule is.
Yeah, next week. Yeah. But either way, I do think Balin's Skull is probably going to be a banger. So, like I said, I think your account is well above, because you do spend money on it, like is well above what your guild is. You should probably get this dude up and running, dude. Like I think you're past the point where you're rocking like ghetto fleets. You don't even have stop spending your Mark II on Chirotech. Get the Malevolence. You freaking, this is ridiculous, dude. Yeah, that's such a good fleet.
But then I'd have to farm the Hyena Bomber.
Yeah, you do. Farm your ships. Farm your TIE Echelon. Farm your...
And the Vulture droid.
Farm your first order SF TIE Fighter pilot. You have a ton of holes in your account here. And even your Sith Empire, like if you could get this running, this is the hardest part of the Malevolence. And even without the Malevolence, if you get the Fury class interceptor and you put it under any of these pilots, it's a banger fleet on defense. It requires a real fleet to beat. It has really strong sustainability, especially under like the endurance, so, or even the home one, since you have the profundity. Yeah, I'm talking about the Leviathan right now. That's why I said the Levy. But no, so Lasher is trying to be like, you mean the Levy? Yeah, we were talking about Malevolence, but then we got distracted on his Sith fleets. But either way, you fix your fleets, dude. Fix your fleets.
Then do I go for Malgus? Because then I would have to use
for
the Fury.
It depends. Like because you're still probably, because are you gonna wail on Malik or whatever?
No.
Okay, so why did you wail on Shin? Like, what is that?
Unaligned Force user.
Oh, okay. So. Yeah, so
passion. I want every unaligned Force user.
All right.
That's just passion project.
So side farm the Malevolence. Then you can. Malgus is a excellent farm. So yeah, 100%. If you wanted to get Malgus up and running, because you already have the Revan, so it wouldn't be that hard to unlock Malik. And this team is worth having. Like Darth Malgus, Revan, Basilisk Shan, Malgus, Malik are excellent. The Sith Empire is an excellent characters. I use them all the time, especially in 3s. Like in 5s I use them too, but in 3s I can divide them up into like almost 4 teams, because like Malgus with Sith Assassin Marauder, Darth Revan with Basilisk Shan, and then Malik solo too. Like that's like 3 solid teams right there.
Yeah.
And then Sith Empire Trooper goes with I use him at R7 with a Bane. That's usually my Bane counterpart. So 100%, I think you can get a lot of bang for your buck for your Sith Empire. Really strong characters, really good fleets. I don't think there's any waste in that faction whatsoever. Even the crappy characters in Sith Empire all get use, except for HK-47. He's a piece of shit. But other than that, dude, like every one of these other characters all have a use somewhere in this account. Yeah. Because you can like split these up. Because Sith Assassin, Sith Marauder, and Malgus is a fully functional team. And then Darth Revan is still can beat really strong things because he has like death mark mechanics on the leader. And then Malik can solo the Seer team, like Seer, Malicos, Crew. Malik can just solo that straight up. So and then Malgus, this team beats like this team can be. I use them usually to beat Zoris in threes, and then Darth Revan can be. I don't. It really depends. Whatever. Like he has the mechanics are really strong because he just like puts fear out, and then you just like kill the leader, and usually the enemy doesn't. They take turns, but they're feared. So it's just
if I'm gonna start farming Watt again, do I finish off JMK's requirements, and then whenever I unlock Watt,
no,
or do
like
I go for Malgus first, or
like side farm Malevolence, finish Malgus and Malik, so get that up and running, and then you can go for JMK once you have Watt. So when you have Watt, that's when you go for JMK. If you think you're gonna unlock them that month, then yeah, go ahead. But it doesn't take that long for you with all your income to get JMK up. But there's no reason to increase JMK's requirements unless you have like the Malevolence, because that helps with that and all the other things. But there's no reason to like JMK's farm and requirements aren't like super awesome to where yeah you should get them up and wait on what. Like I think you're much better suited putting all your resources into Malgus, and then once JMK is ready to farm, then you go into JMK. So side farm Malevolence, get your Sith Empire up and running, and then go into JMK, and then even after that you can go like into Leviathan, because you'll pretty much if you have those requirements, you're pretty much like Leviathan ready. So once you farm your ships, of course. So like side farm your ships. Like at this point, how long you've been playing, you should have all your ships up and done and ready. So you just need to like continue farming your ships. All the ships, like every single ship is worth having. So just farm them as side farms until you're done. There's only so many ships in the game. Like I have every single ship at 7 stars, except I have a 6-star comeuppance just because it's Cantina and I don't want to waste the Cantina. But other than that, like every single ship you can side farm and it does not hinder your maid farms. Yeah, even Jedi Consular's ship. Why not? All the ships. You never know. I'll say this, if you ever got to the point where you just like you had to clean up one ship, like that's at the point where you're like every single one of these can be useful. Like there's only so many ships in the game. Like you never know when, and it's not prohibitive. Like you never know when it's going to win you a Grand Arena. It does not hold your account back, and it gives you more GP, which gives you more because ships are how you get a lot of GP, especially as you're growing your account to a certain point, right? Because there's only so much stuff in the game. But if you maximize your fleets, that maximizes your GP, which maximizes your usefulness in TB. So 100%, all the ships are worth farming and getting up and running. So yeah, that's what I would do with your account. I would leave your guild, join mine. I would side farm Malevolence, side farm Watt, main farm Sith Empire, farm the shards for Balin's Skull. Once you're ready for Balin's Skull, you can go ahead and just like go all in on them. Just drop what you're doing, go in on Balin's Skull once you have all your shards ready and everything. And then you can go back to finishing what you're doing and going JMK into or like what was your first farm? Malgus into JMK into like Leviathan once you have all your ships farmed.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm sure Balin's gonna have the same release pattern as Bo-Katan.
I think it's gonna be soon.
Yeah.
So, but once you're ready,
I'll probably miss the first one, but probably the second one I'll be.
Well,
unlocking him.
We don't know. They may give them like the weird one where they're like 3 months later and then 6 months later. So you might get the 3-month one. I do think it'll be like a week or two after Merrick. Yeah, pretty soon. But I think if you go probably 2 weeks, because Merrick, they have to run his marquee event, then a week after that to allow people to like time to spend on the shipments.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I would do personally.
Okay.
Yeah, if I had this account. How long has our Discord call? Does it have a time limit or a time thing on this? How long our call has been?
I think it's when we end. You can see.
Okay, because
it started at 30 minutes ago.
30 minutes ago. Okay. Here, let me. Just have to make my timestamps.
So I put all my Zetas on Malgus to make me commit to it.
Your other characters are usable. I honestly wouldn't put any on Jedi Knight Revan. I wouldn't put your Zetas on Malgus until you farm him, right? So once you take him to like relics, then just put the Zetas on. But like until he's at relics, he's not really useful. So and you never know when you might have to pivot. So don't put Zetas on characters that are under relics where you are when you have relic characters that need those Zetas that are good characters. Moff? Like this piece of shit, Bo-Katan Kryze, you know? Like you have a Zeta here. She's just sitting.
That was like when I got the hyperdrive. Okay,
hey,
that was like
let's be real here. It's still a Zeta. It's still gear 11 or 10 or whatever it is. So you don't want more of these in your account. Like learn from these mistakes.
No, absolutely.
But yeah, go ahead.
What about Moff Gideon? Because I've been gearing the Imperial Remnants. That's the last team I finished.
You do have DTMG up at relics, right?
Mm-hmm. That was my last relic besides Shin.
I don't know. You'd have to look at it. And does it like change any matchups? I don't remember what his Zetas does. You have time depending on like what you're farming. If you wanted to Zeta up Moff Gideon, you can. I don't know what the Zetas does for like Scout Moff Gideon. So if you look at them and you're like, this is going to change up matchups, or this is going to really elevate this team, and it's a relic team, then yeah, I would put a Zeta on it. But I wouldn't know off the top of my head if the Zetas are worth it. That's just a personal call. But like I will say Malgus's Zetas are important, and his Omicrons and his mods. But like
but only at relic.
Yeah, if you don't have them at relics, it and same thing like Darth Revan's, you're gonna want his Zetas. Basilisk Shan, she has like a Zeta you're gonna want. So yeah, I understand you're Zeta poor, Zeta homeless. So I would say, you just have to you have to look at like what is absolutely necessary and apply them. I would say Malgus's are necessary. So I don't know if Moff Gideon's are. I would say like probably not, maybe, but probably not. Like, is it going to change? Like, because is it going to give you a whole other team? Yeah, this is DankIdeals account, and that's what you would do. Same thing like your Night Sisters, like they're missing Zetas.
Oh yeah, and I keep wanting to relic Marin, but everything else has just been coming out that I've been like.
Yeah, and then like
that's the whole team too.
The Zeta on Serve Again, I would probably place that, to be completely honest. Like, because you have a fully functional team here if you Zeta Daka, and then that elevates the team. But you still, in threes, this is still a usable team between like Mother Talzin, Marin, Asajj. Even at Gear 12, this could still has a chance of beating Jabba. So, but as in fives, you do want old Daka's Zeta. Same thing like Conquest, and there's a lot of Night Sisters feats right now in Conquest. So I would say a Zeta on Old Daka is a good idea. I wouldn't hate it. I wouldn't hate if you just like did that, finish the team, and then like whenever you get a chance, try to get Marin up and running.
What's that? The relic event that comes around the secret.
Yeah, 100%.
Whatever.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a guide on it when I come back, or when it comes back, because I just got relic Marin, so I'm going to make a guide on the Marin one. So I would say it's worth it. So yeah, it would like because every time a Night Sister dies, her health ramps. So you would have to put better mods on Daka, and then
for sure
maybe better. Yeah, because for mine I have like 210% tenacity, 100 and I don't know 60% potency or something. So you may want to get better mods on your Marin, but other than that, she does get a huge bonus or boost from relics. Hey Guacamole, how are you doing? I would say that too, like something good to do.
I've just been holding off on those mods because I've been like halfway farming that team.
What I did for Marin was, as I was working mods, and I bought most of her mods out of the shop, believe it or not. When I found a mod that was like perfect for Marin, I bought it out of the shop. So just because it's really hard to find what you need. And I just got really lucky in that everything ended up hitting like potency and tenacity. So everyone I bought ended up being usable. And whenever I work my mods, I look through the no speed ones and I see if it's like a potency or tenacity mods, because I have 2 tenacity sets and 1 potency set. And I just found ones that like have protection primaries or crit avoidance or like whatever I needed, and had potency and tenacity in the secondary stats.
Okay.
So just like as you work your mods and you're looking in the stores, just because you're not going to be specifically farming for those, just because it's so unique compared to anything else you need, you just kind of like side farm it as you can. It could take weeks, it could take months, but you only have to find 6, right? So
yeah.
You know.
And they don't have to be speed related.
Yeah, no, mine don't have speed. I think I have 1 with speed, and it has like 5 speed, but it didn't land on speed. So, and that's, I wouldn't mind replacing it. It's just it has all the other stats I need. So, yeah. So that's what I would recommend for your stuff. Gives you a lot to think about. So.
Yeah, it does. A lot to think about. One last one.
Yep.
Any character that you scroll through real quick, any character that should be a higher relic level than what
I can tell you no. I can tell you no. Like I don't see anything in here. Like Star Killer would probably like 7. Shin Hati needs to be 7. But
not like Relic 9 Leia or like
no.
Relic 8 Darth Bane or some.
I'll say this about luxuries, there's some characters that just need relic, or there's some characters that are really important, and those characters you keep relic 7. So like Jar Jar, I probably would have kept mine at like relic 7. I don't know if you care about him, but I would keep him relic 7. So like a Jedi Knight Cal Kestis, Malgus, Dark Trooper Moff Gideon, Star Killer, those like instrumental characters for your good teams, I would relic 7 those, if that makes sense. Like the main character for that. But for
the engine. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not just the engine, but like, the truck, like the foundation. Like Star Killer is like the foundation for his team. And some people may say like he's fallen off. Your mods suck. You can slice this one, by the way. 10 speed with an offense primary is good. You can see where this goes.
I can do that right now.
But this is absolute piece of shit.
But I haven't touched Star Killer since I unlocked him probably 2 years ago.
Yeah, so your Star Killer mods are pretty bad. But either way, like Star Killer, especially with his attacker cron right now, like there's very, very, like I've even in 3s, I've gone against like Rey, Ben Solo, Baby Cal with like a support cron, and I brought in something and got bodied, and then I was like, okay, let me try my Star Killer again. And Star Killer with the attacker cron beats every variation of Rey right now, just absolutely bodies it. So Star Killer is good. Like he's a good character. I have mine relic 7 really well modded, but he just absolutely deletes those Reys. I think he's worth it, and either way, he's always going to be worth it as a character. Whether
cross mod?
I'm sorry.
Was it the cross mod?
Yeah, the cross. Like if it slices once and it hits speed, then you can keep slicing it. If it doesn't, I would leave it.
Okay.
But a 10 with blue is good. So either way, I would say. It doesn't seem like you have too much investment, but honestly, where your account is right now, I probably wouldn't increase any non-requirement characters. Like I would just, because you need Leviathan, you need JMK, you need you need Lord Vader, you need Balen Skull, you need Ahsoka Tano, you need Bo-Katan Mandalore. Yeah, so if you take things to Relic 7 and then you move on, and a lot of that stuff is fine. Like Starkiller Relic 5 right now is fine. So you have your bros at 9, you have Relic 9 JML, Relic 8 Leia is fine. So I think you have a lot of stuff here that is perfectly fine. You don't have to invest any more in. I think your count's perfectly fine where it is. So I would start working. If anything, some of the, like a Relic 7 Katarn is too much for me. But you have, your relics are perfectly fine. So I would say start working on those new things. I think Mandalore, adding Mandalore, Bo-Katan Mandalore to your list is important. So if you're not farming those stars, you should be farming these, like the Armor, Grogu, Paz Vizsla. Start farming them because getting access to Zepho is going to be important when you leave your guild. So I don't think your guild is going to be anywhere close to Zepho ready, and that's probably why you're not prioritizing this. But Bo-Katan Mandalore is really strong of a character, and she also gives you Mandalore. So, and Mandalore is the unlock is a lot easier than Zepho. So even if you get like 25, 26 Bo-Katans, you guys can unlock it, and it gives you like a huge boost in Kybertech. So I would say like start adding these to your farming list. Same thing as your Jedi. Where's he at?
Yeah, Kellerbeck.
Yeah. Did you farm him?
No. None of the 4.
Yeah, he's 4. So I would start adding them. You don't have to accelerate it, but slow farm it. So that way when you have the shards, you can just quickly unlock her.
With her event that comes back every month?
Yeah. She should be like fully unlocked by the time you have your shards. So, but no time like the present to get her.
So Malevolence, Darth Malgus, Levy.
Yeah.
The side of Bo-Katan.
Yep. Well, you could side farm Malevolence, but like side farm all your ships pretty much. Like the Sith fleets, the like there's none of these have to be your main farm. Even the First Order SF, the TIE Echelon. Prioritize what you're going to focus first, like Malevolence first, then Sith, then probably First Order. You can farm these out of shipments, so that's really easy. But none of these are waste. And then do you have the Scythe? Yeah. I would relic up your Iden as soon as you can. I would add that in somewhere before Malgus, maybe even like right away. Like just take her up. Just relic 5. Right, just relic 5, knock her out. The fleet is really, really good, and having a reliable Leviathan counter is really important. And at gear 12,
50-50.
Yeah, gear 12, it's not good. Because mine's a lot higher. I think most of the time, it's like, I don't know, 90 or something for me. Very, very, I think once. I remember one time I lost the Leviathan. So, and it was just like horrible RNG. Maybe twice. It was just horrible RNG. So, it's a super... a 5.
R5?
Yeah, Relic 5. So, yeah, Relic 5 is fine. But you should get her up and running, and that'll finish off. And then you'll finish off the TIE Interceptor and Proving Grounds or whatever. So yeah, I would finish this.
Okay. Yeah, I've been pushing off Iden.
You shouldn't. So it's
I shouldn't.
She's also decent on ground. You can use her on offense or defense. So either way, she's really strong.
Yeah, but I'd only have Iden relic. Well, I guess I got Stormtrooper now, but that's for Imperial Remnants.
Do you? You have a Relic Stormtrooper. So in 3s, you could change your Imperial Remnants. Because in 3s, you can go like Dark Trooper Moff Gideon, if you wanted to, even like, I don't know what you're doing. Are you putting them on defense?
I just now put him on defense.
Do you?
If Datacron.
You have the Moff Gideon Cron. So this beats Jabba on offense. if you have them off getting Kron. So I don't know if you want to keep it on defense, but it's up to you. On offense too, it beats it. But you can like Stormtrooper and Iden, and then just put in the what do you call it? Range
TIE
Trooper.
Pilot?
No, TIE Pilot's not an Imperial Trooper. You put in like Range Trooper. At like if you can try to get it to like gear 12 or Death Trooper, even gear 12, or Shore Trooper, if you could take this to gear 12, like double tank and you have a Relic Stormtrooper, that's okay. But Range Trooper gives her like a big boost in offense because of the assists. So if you go like Iden, Stormtrooper, Range Trooper on defense, even if you take her like side farm gear 12, because that's all I did was like gear 12 side farm her team, and it's still really useful. So
Yeah, that would be something really easy to do.
yeah, just like a gear 12 side farm, because I have like side farms that I do with like gear 12s. So you know, like all these don't require Kyrotech. You could just gear 12 them, except for Dark Trooper. Your Imperial Troopers are kind of shit. So
definitely. I didn't care at all about them.
Yeah, so not a Krons are temporary. Don't chase that stuff. Nah. So I'll say this: solar powered trees. So I usually don't increase relics for Krons, but at the end game, data Krons are what give you the most bang for your buck wins. Like data Krons are the differentiation makers for late and end game compared to not. So if you look at like accounts in Kyber 1, they're in there because they have really good datacrons and they utilize datacron teams on defense. So at some point you just have to start engaging in them in the best way possible. So like I particularly, unless it's like a character that's going to give me long lasting effects, then I wouldn't mind taking them up. But if it's like an absolute crap character and I don't have them, then I wouldn't recommend that for like a 4-month boost. But if you have characters that are going to increase the longevity of your account, that's going to give you value past those datacrons, then datacrons are very useful. And those that like don't engage in them, you're doomed to be in like Kyber 2 forever, no matter how long or how big your account gets. So it's up to you. It's a personal choice for everyone. But for those that want to like perform at the top tiers of the games, you can't just not engage in datacrons or just say like, I'm not going to engage in datacrons, because that's just not an effective way to play this game at the end game. But either way, I think your account's really good. Your guild's holding you back. You have a lot of side farms that you can do while focusing on your main farms as well.
Well, you've given me a lot to think about.
Yep. So thanks for coming, hanging out.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, I always like chatting. So I would like to do a between two reviews as soon as we can. We'll look at my schedule, but it's really hard for me in the mornings to do it, or this morning. I haven't talked much about it, but my dog, Captain Amazing, he's honestly not doing very well. He's getting like a bunch of like health concerns that are just like kind of stacking up. So I have to like give my wife breaks, and in the morning's an important time for him. So
yeah, unfortunately, I had a pet pass away last weekend.
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just one of those things. He's 13, so he's getting older. So, but it's yeah. So thanks for hanging out. I'll talk to you later.
Absolutely. Later, dude.
All right, so it's already 12. So we've been doing this for 3 hours. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm gonna be able to spin the wheel today, just because of the time limits that I've hit today. I'll try to do some more. I'll definitely try to do two reviews during the week so I can spin the wheel. I'll get everyone added who requested today, and then we'll jump in on that. But just with how many premium reviews I had, unfortunately I wasn't able to get to the wheel today. But I think we had some good reviews. I had some good chats, a lot of good information that's out there, a lot of fun. I do have a lot of fun doing these. So yeah, thanks. Is Captain getting old age? Yeah, Captain's 13 years old. So he's getting older. So he's definitely a senior dog, and every day we get to experience with him more, and he's in generally good health. He walks around, he eats and everything, but he's starting to have some like serious complications. Does Captain need a stroller? He does have a stroller, and right now he's having like some health concerns that we can't go on like long walks, so we do take him on the stroller. So but we do try to like exercise and take time with him and everything. So but he's just getting older, as dogs do, unfortunately. Like, he's 13. So yeah, no problem. Chris, right? Van. It's going to be really hard for me to remember Chris. It's like, it just doesn't have any correlation to your name. But yeah, I'll call you Van. Van, thanks. Always happy to review accounts and give some advice on farming priorities and everything. I do like looking at these bigger ones too. Small ones, medium ones, large ones. But I like when I can like flex my creative muscles and give farming pathways more than like my route to farm Java. So yeah, thanks for well, he's getting older, Dank. I do hope that if we can get all these complications down, then I'm hoping we can, he can live till like 20 years old. But just every day we gotta just see how he does. So but yeah, thanks for hanging out, everyone. 1 second. Let me do this real quick. Yeah. Thanks everyone. I did have a lot of fun today hanging out. So always an interesting time. I will definitely be seeing you guys soon. Yeah, I'm hoping Captain's fine. He might actually need heart surgery soon, depending on how he's going to depending on how he responds to medicine and everything. So we'll see. So that's why I've been cutting back on a lot of my GAC Grand Arena streams, actually, is just because like 3 times a week is a lot for when I come home before I would like eat dinner and then jump straight into those. But it's like my wife needs time, and Captain has to be watched pretty much like 24/7. So we like take turns. So and he doesn't like just hanging out in here. So either way, we gotta, we'll see. But either way, thanks everyone for hanging out. Always a pleasure. Thanks for, I do enjoy doing these reviews and hanging out with everyone. So thanks everyone.